You are about to enter a zone like no other. A zone which is uncensored and unfiltered. Starring Noel Glynn with Cheryl Glynn. Also starring Teddy the Terrier. You are watching the official Tardis zone. Prepare yourselves. This will be a trip of a lifetime.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Tardis Zone on this Thursday evening. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties with the internet. I'm about to send out those invites to the people that are joining the panel tonight. So no panic if I haven't got back in touch with you yet. I'm about to send the invites now. Good evening. Hope you are all having a great week. We're one more day away from the weekend. Yeah, just realised to set up my stream, the internet completely gone. So it took a while to reboot back up. So just check my messages to make sure I haven't forgotten anybody. So we'll just wait now. I did invite someone on YouTube. I'm just going to check on YouTube to see if they got back to me. I need an email address off them. Had to enter unless they've set up StreamYard and all. So hopefully. Why is everything very slow? It's just because the internet is back up. So. I'm live. My wife didn't know who I was talking to. Right. We've got Mr. Fish. Welcome, Mr. Fish. We got Daniel Crystal, Crusader. Gary is here. Leland is here. Stephen is here. Blue Bonnet Hoovian is here. Gary Hewitt is here. David Travels Through Time is here. David, I need an email address off you. If you want to pop it in the live chat there, and then we can delete it shortly after. But it's the only way I can send you an invite, mate. We've got Peter D. We've got Leland here as well. We got Chris. Welcome, Chris. Jack is here as well. Welcome, Jack. We've got this charming manatee 1982 is here. Welcome back. Nice to have you back. The Cockmeister is here as well. CJ Campbell 37 is here. Super John is here, and Lone Wolf. Oh, and the Sanctuary of Geeks has just popped up. Let's see. Just checking YouTube now to see if he actually sent me his email address through YouTube. Davey, you're in the chat here. If you can, as I said, send me your email address. It's the only way I can get you on. So I can send you a link. We've also got Will, who's popped into the chat as well. I see 40 of you are watching right now. Please do us a favor and give this stream a like. And we hashtag save Doctor Who. That's it. Still a bit of a backlash. So for anybody that hasn't seen, I put up a Radio Times article. The BBC basically, you know, you think they'd apologise, but the fact that they actually tried to, what would I say, justify is the wrong words, but to try and blame the audience that we misconstrued it, is actually pathetic. They ought to be ashamed of themselves, but you know, well, what do we expect? BBC never apologised for that. Sure, they had a paedophile running rampant for over 30 years. Did you apologise then? We've got BJ and Jason C. Scott is here as well. Welcome, Jason. Right, I better tell Ian that I've actually sent him a link. Yeah, you need to give me an email address though, David. I know you've got StreamYard, but in order for me to get you on, I need your email address so I can send you a link from StreamYard to your email address so you can join. Right, I've sent a link to Ian. So he should be joining us presently. We got Crystal in the chat as well. Charlotte and Peter D. Welcome all to you guys. Nice to see you all. Hope you're having a great evening, or some of you might be on holidays from school, college, or whatever. Welcome, Daniel. Good luck tomorrow with your interview. So I'm just waiting on Ian now. And David travels through time to see if he's going to send me that email address. I'll just check Messenger actually just to see if he's tried to contact me on Messenger. But do you know what annoys me though? Is the not my doctor who not the not my doctor side, the J-bot side, trying to actually justify this abomination. Like, how can you just justify it? You don't dismiss someone's cancer like that and then blaming the fact that you're socially awkward. I mean, even a bloody plant pot would have had the correct response. It's ridiculous. Right, I'm still waiting on David to get back to me. David, listen, if you want to really come on, mate, you have to send me your email address. Let me see. You can start the stream now. Yeah, Jay, I agree with you. Jay, they don't watch this show. They don't. They watch the trailers and then they listen to what everybody else says, because if you actually break down what they say, they're repeating what other people says. For example, there's a couple of tweets going around from a certain amount of people that are actually saying that here's the thing, Sonic the Hedgehog movie is not even out in some places. These people are putting up tweets, I brought my son and my husband to go and see Sonic the Hedgehog, but due to its bestiality and other crude jokes, I left and brought them in to see Birds of Prey, where we had a great time, right? The movie's not even out yet. These sad, pathetic people, look, at the reason why Birds of Prey is flopping is because of the rhetoric that came out of the cast and crew's mouth before the movie even was seen on screen. And if you give a middle finger to your male audience, this is what happens. Not just the male audience, right? This whole thing, or all men want is sexualized. Sorry, I've seen it on Twitter as well. Other girls and other women agree that these characters should remain the way they are and not be changed just because there's people out there that think that they should. You either stay true to the character or you don't do the character at all. Right, here's our first guest. Again, you all know him. He was on last night. He's become a channel regular. Hey, Ian. Nice to have you here again, buddy.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Just relaxing. Doing now.
Just waiting to see now. We've got our other guest gonna come to join us.
Good.
We were supposed to have another guest, but I'm finding it hard to get in contact. But we'll carry on anyway, because I know you wanted to. You had a few things you wanted to. What was it? You wanted to tell us about the show.
I've got a few things. Well, I've heard since we last spoke last night of the current series.
Right.
There's no news at this BBC showcase thing. There is no news on Series 13. I have heard from Eddie McGuigan on his channel tonight that the next series might only just be longer episodes but less specials. And he's not sure whether Whittaker will do the full series or not. Another thing is I heard is today that they're likely to trailer the next special, which I'm not sure if it's Christmas or New Year, which involves the Daleks. Also, there's an interesting article in the Guardian today I read online that Ofcom has criticised the BBC for not reaching out to younger people and younger viewers because they say they are turning off and they've only lived off YouTube and Netflix. They don't really know about iPlayer, so if they watch Doctor Who, they're watching it on Netflix or something like that. So BBC,
I got sent that article actually that you're talking to me about. I think it was by either Marie or Charlotte. The two of them do a bit of research for this channel, I have to say. So I want to give those two girls a shout out because sometimes they might get an article that I don't see or get an article from their side of the pond that I mightn't be able to get here. But yeah, I mean, BBC are, look, they're being criticised from all corners now, aren't they, the BBC? They're under a lot of scrutiny right now.
Well, this is Ofcom, the regulator. One second, sorry, I've got to turn off this thingy on my telly. Yeah, this is the regulator, Ofcom.
Yeah,
so it's getting serious when it goes to them now. Joe's being killed slowly. I mean, I don't want it to fail, but I want the overnights to drop really low. When you add up the catch up, it's still a low rating.
I know. That's what I mean.
I want a catch up of at least 2 million.
Yeah.
When you add on the catch up, probably could go to 4 million. It low, so then media starts picking up on this because at the moment they're just being very soft on it. They're not even rather commenting on it. You might mention it. They're not really saying viewers are turning off on Doctor Who and that. It's not getting to the point where it reaches, say, the news or anything like that, or local bulletin.
Yeah.
It's not quite there yet. It's getting near, but it's not. Anyway, I've got a few bits I've managed to dig out because I don't know where I keep them. Some I kept in storage boxes. But here's an easy one for you, Noel. Oh, everybody, actually. This is, I did this for, I should have got him out, actually. I can't be off now. The Day of the Doctor?
Yeah.
Well, they did a set with curators, so they did a model of the Tom Baker. I'll show it. I'll get it out in a minute. But I want to show you this. Remember the painting Gallifrey Falls?
Yeah.
Well, look at this. They did this. Look at that.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing.
Hologram version of it. That's brilliant.
I'll try and go in closer. Look.
No, that is amazing. Hold on. I'll leave for a minute so everybody can see it properly.
Gallifrey Falls no more.
That is amazing.
It is. Go and fetch. No, I won't be saying. I'm just going over to the cabinet. I'll go and fetch the curator himself. And see what
problem.
Right, where is he? He will be Tom Baker, and he's over there.
Yeah. Gary Hewitt wants to know where you got the picture, and a lot of people are saying, "Wow, that's really cool."
I'm about to answer their questions. I will answer in just a moment now because what I'm fetching for you will be the answer.
Right, so he has a question for you, folks. So get you the eagle-eyed there now. I'm sending. Here we go. I'm gonna try see if I can. Why is it popped up twice? I hate the way it does that. And now the end is near. Doctor Who faces its final curtain.
Now, don't say that, no, because it could.
It really does. On that chibnall, it definitely does. So we might as
Right.
well see it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hold on, I'm just sending an email there to someone because David, if you're still in the chat, mate, I mean, I can still bring you on, but as I said, you actually do have to send me an email in order to get in. Or if you're on Twitter, send me a message on Twitter, and I'll try send a link through Twitter if you don't want to give an email. But if you want to come on tonight, you have to actually send me an email address. I see the Galaxy Man Show 2, Channel 2 is here. If you would actually like to come on, I think I sent you an invite, or I asked you if you'd like to come on, I think it was Twitter a couple of days ago. If you'd like to come on, I'm trying to bring on different streamers as well, YouTubers as well.
Gary, sorry, just answer the question of Gary Hewitt. I've never heard of character option sets. I don't know where you've been hiding, one place or another. Character options have been making the action figures of Doctor Who since 2005 when it came back. And they are still doing them. Here you go. Look at this fella, Noel.
Tom Baker. Yeah. The creator, Tom Baker.
And that, where's the picture gone? Where have I put that picture? There it is. So that came with that.
That's brilliant. That is actually very good.
Now, what they do to get the accuracy, they don't always meet the actors. They do digital sculpting.
Hello, Milan Reviews. Milan has come into the chat. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, you were here the other day, but I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you back.
If anyone would
if you want to join tonight, the Galaxy Man, send me a message on Twitter right now. Send us your email address if you don't want to put it out there in the public, and I'll pop you on tonight. No problem. Go ahead, Ian. Sorry about that, man.
That's right. But if anyone wants to, who might be not familiar with the figures, wants to see any of them doctors from any particular era or any doctors, I can show you them. Grab them off the shelf or any monster, perhaps. Anyway, on to what I'm going to show you. I've got this old one now. No, this is from the 80s, and this is, well, look at this. It's cassette.
State of Decay, read by Tom Baker. I actually have, I don't know if any of you guys have actually listened to the series of bedtime stories that he did. Tom Baker narrated a show called, I think it was Bedtime Stories. They're actually creepy.
Well, this is 2 cassettes. I'll just show you. I can open it up. This is an abridged version of kind of like story. It's good though because
that's deadly, the cassette. Yeah, so for any of you new kids, that's what we used to listen to our music on after record players. They were called cassette tapes.
Yeah.
What you do is you used to put them in this machine and it'd spin it around and sounds would come out. Just in case you don't know what a cassette tape is, they're actually very cool.
Yeah, they do last, because I've got some old ones.
Yeah. Do you remember when you used to ravel and you used to have to unravel them to get them back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or something they'd snap and you might get it to stick it together with a bit of cellophane. Next thing I've got to show you is towards, well, actually, what year would it be? Someone in the chat might be able to tell me, I can't remember. Probably, no, actually, no. 89, 90. Hang on. What year did Pertwee die? Was it 95? I don't remember. Anyway, this is from the Towngate Theatre in Basildon, in the UK.
Ah,
And
man.
inside is this, the Ultimate Foe stage play. Look,
Wow.
this is John Pertwee. I went to see him when he did this. So this was about, I can't remember the year. I don't know where I put it. I was trying to find it earlier. I have a signed poster from this. So his poster is like this. It's signed by him and Terence Dicks, who wrote it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad play either. So no, just see Crystal Brain. Anyone miss VCRs? No, I don't. Especially if you drop them on your foot.
I like the smell of VCRs. I was saying this about, things like this, like vinyl and stuff, and people might find it a bit weird, but I kind of miss the smell of a VCR or VHS. I miss the smell of a
I never
cassette,
noticed the smell.
smell of a vinyl. I don't know what it is. There's just something unique about
Yeah, fair enough.
those things. It's just, I don't know. I think we're just all so caught up in the digital age.
I know.
We forget that those things are actually precious. Because remember, if the world was to come, if only some of us was to survive, it's all well and good having all digital collections of all these things, but to actually have solid, actually
I
physical stuff in your hand. That's the way I'm looking at it. And I was one for digital. I did everything digital, but I'm going back. I want the physical copy again. And a lot of other people are starting to feel like that. I mean, look at all the stuff you have. I mean, if imagine it comes to a time where you could buy virtual merchandise, right? It wouldn't be the same, wouldn't it not? Because it's not the
um,
physical copy, do you
yeah,
know? It's not the
yeah,
physical in your hand.
yeah.
So that's the way I'm looking at it.
Well, a question in the chat from Leyland Grant. The other Who actors in that stage play? Yes. After Pertwee did it, Colin Baker took over, and he did it as well. And when Pertwee became, I think it was Pertwee became ill for a time, and David Banks, who played the cyber leader, stepped in. So if you just Google The Ultimate Foe, you'll see pictures of it. It's a bit
Yeah.
of a musical as well, but it wasn't bad. I mean, the Daleks in it, you had the Emperor Dalek, like the one based on the 60s. You had a TARDIS, you had a TARDIS console. Um, so yeah, they were the only actors in it. The two doctors and David Banks playing the doctor as well. Um, so yeah. Now something else Mega Geek was talking about the other night. Who mentioned, and I've got them to show you now. Another thing they did in the 70s here. You're familiar with Typhoo tea bags, are you?
Yeah.
In the 70s, you could buy Typhoo tea bags, and inside would be like a little card with a description of a Doctor Who monster or character. Also, when you collected enough, you could say send off for Doctor Who annual. It was just a book. It was a hardback book, and it was called The Amazing World of Doctor Who.
Right.
Anyway, I have a complete set here of all the cards.
Wow.
These are not reproductions. These are all the original full set.
That is amazing.
Do you recognise any of them? No.
Yeah, I could see the Sea Devils there. I
Yeah.
could see the TARDIS Daleks. I think there's an Ice Warrior there, a Zygon,
Yeah.
Cyberman. That creature that I couldn't pronounce the other day from the feckin'
Trinoid.
that one I can't pronounce it. Davros. And we've got the one up the top with the eyeball, the pet I can't pronounce it either.
Alpha Centauri.
Yeah, Alpha Centauri, that's the one, and we've got obviously Sarah Jane Smith there, and Tom Baker is sideways.
Yeah. It's just because that's the card. See, hang on. Where is he gone? I can't find
There he
it.
is, on the
There he
bottom.
is.
There he is.
Hang on. I'm not waiting to see.
I have to say, I do love the Sea Devils design. I see Leland, Extra Spice, Mikey, Will Griffin, Marco Mark is here as well. I just want to Stephen Cassidy, just some of the old familiar faces.
Yeah.
You see is Rebecca Gold is here as well. It is great little collection. Holy man. So what
Yeah,
question do we have to answer to win all these prizes, says Blue Planet? Well, if you have a bar of gold, well, he might be persuaded to let a few of these things go, but you need to give him a solid gold bar.
yeah. Well, there was another thing they did in the 90s. It was I can't remember. Let me just see if there's a date on it. And memory escapes it. Museum of Moving Image, which is no longer there, is an exhibition called Behind the Sofa. And they had like a little living room from the 60s set up with this family sort of hiding behind the sofa and the old-fashioned television with Doctor Who playing on it, An Earthly Child, and had lots of pop, from the series. Daleks from Remembrance and that. It was really good, and you had a half a Dalek where you could get in and sort of down talk. Anyway, here it is, a flyer from it.
Ah, that is wow. You could use that as a bookmark as well, though. But that is, oh my God, the colors on that. See, that's how you do colors if you're going to do colors. Jodie Whittaker's Doctor tries to be all colorful. Well, that's the type of colors you do.
But it's nice because the Dalek, I hope it come out. That Dalek is sort of like a purple colour. The Cyberman is like reflecting the purple because it's like, Cyberman is silver. It's like kind of reflecting the orangey yellow around it, purple. And Davros has kind of got purpley blue face and it's kind of really angry when it works. Inside is, I'll show you bit by bit. Who's landing it up at Momi?
Oh, that's deadly Doctor Who
Now,
t-shirt.
I don't know where they are. I'll have to find them for you some point. See pictures of the doctors there at the bottom, 1 to 7. Now, they had them on the tube trains, advertising.
Right. Wow.
My brother at the time managed to nick me those adverts. So I've got one of them somewhere. I don't know where it is. I cardboard one off the tube, and it's advertising an exhibition. Doctor Who never died. The BBC tried, but then you had like the Museum of Moving Image.
Yeah.
And then you had merchandise on the back, or merch as it's called now. You could get. It was the only. Hang on. Sorry, people were reading that. There was a T-shirt. I don't think I have it anymore. It was the only T-shirt and the only place that ever did merchandise with the lyrics of the theme tune. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and get in closer. That T-shirt. See?
Ah, that's that. Look, yeah. Full Metal Jack, man. That's
It has to look at the lyrics of the dum da dum dum dum.
That's brilliant. See, but that's the type of merch. Yeah, but look at the merchandise now. Unfortunately, it's all like kid like.
Rainbow.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah. Rainbow.
Now, who remembers one of the best Doctor Who anniversary specials? Blue Planet. Do I have a top 5 or a Holy Grail? A Holy Grail I'm looking for, yes. There is 2 items. Dennis Fisher Red Top Dalek and the 1971, I think it is, the Pink Pertwee Annual. Those 2 I would love. But I don't have... 5 items in my collection. I've never done that, actually. This is one of them, though. Anyway, do you remember, who remembers the 5 Doctors?
Yeah, we have it here on DVD. It's actually Cheryl loves that.
I love that story. It's one of my favourites. In fact, here's a bit of trivia for you. That helped me pass my English exam.
That helped you pass your English exam?
Yeah, that's not a lie. Because in the, what year was it? 83? It was about 83. No, 84. So I did my English oral exam. And you had to read from a book to the teacher. It was a one-on-one oral exam. So I chose to read from the 5 Doctors.
Ah, nice one.
She told me, she then asked me then what happened in the rest of the story. And I passed. So that is one of my favourite stories. Anyway, one of the rare times we had the Radio Times covers, because in the classic era, they were very far and few between. But I want to show you this, Noel. Look at that.
Oh my God! I actually put that up on a video one time. You actually have the holy here, big screen and that. Here, guys, have a look at this. This is rare.
I've always loved that picture as well. That was once on the VHS cover.
That's just amazing.
And there's an advert for a bottle of Martell on the back. Brandy.
By the way, actually talking about Radio Times article, Radio Times, but I actually went into the biggest bookstore that we have in Ireland, which is Eason's,
I
to
know that
go and
one.
check out the Doctor Who magazine to see if they actually had it in. Now, as you know, they actually have 2 covers this month, right? But it was very interesting when I went in that they only had the Jodie Whittaker cover. And I'm not messing. I should have actually took a photograph because I did the last time I was in there. But I got to the stage where I don't really care. But the shelf was stocked up. Nobody was buying them. Doctor Who in Ireland is officially dead.
Well, what was the other cover, Noel? We said there was 2 covers.
We've got one is Sasha's Master, and then Jodie's Doctor. That's the 2 covers that they've decided to put out this month. Guess which one is going to sell out?
Master.
Of course. Yeah,
Well,
everybody.
Tom Spilsbury, who the former editor, I don't know if you know this, but Tom Spilsbury, the former editor of Doctor Magazine, has said when Jodie Whittaker is on the cover of the magazine, sales go down. He said that, not me.
See, this is what I can't understand. But that's why they've done. Now, listen, we know they've done 2 covers before because this is what the J bots, there's always something for them to latch on. But the difference is, Doctor Who was popular and people would have bought the 2 magazines with the 2 covers. The difference is that Jodie Whittaker's magazine is not going to sell out. That's the difference. If the 2 of them sold out equally, then you have a point. But the fact is, both of them won't sell out equally. Sasha's one will probably sell out, and Whittaker's one won't. And do you know what? I will be going into the city centre before the weekend. I'll tell you what I'll do. If I go in there, I'll take a snap and I'll show you and see if it's actually if any of them have been.
Good idea. I'll try and do that in Manchester.
Do that, yeah. And if anybody can actually take photographs.
I'll take photos and I'll send them to you. I should be in the city centre meeting up with some friends on the weekend, Saturday, for coffee. So I'm bound to be in the Arndale shopping centre. Yeah, I'll definitely do that because I'd like to see. Or Tesco's. Might be in Tesco's tomorrow. Or I might even be out there tomorrow. Depends. Yeah, I might go out there tomorrow.
Good. And if anybody else, there's the thing, if anybody else is out and you happen to go into a shop that that sells the magazine, go in and have a look, take photograph. Ask this shop. Obviously, you have to ask, you can't just come in and take, because I always ask if I can take a photograph, and they ask why I say ask.
Yeah, you must take a photograph.
It's from a YouTube channel, and they're fine with that. So, like, you can't just go up and start taking snaps willy-nilly, I don't think, in the shop anyway. Anyway, I've always asked. I've never actually just,
Yeah, just got something else to show you. Well, it depends. It's just a magazine cover, yeah. They won't say nothing. But just a couple of other things I want to show you. I've just seen it on my shelf. Now, this is not that old, but talking about VHS, you said about VHS, Noel?
Yeah.
A few other things. So, I mean, DVD covers are nice, but I haven't got the tapes, I think might be in the bedroom, but look. Unfortunately, they have had some of them have had a bit of rusting, but look at this.
Oh, holy! Oh, wow!
Now, there's nothing in this. I think I've got just an empty tin, but
I think they did something similar a few years back. They put something in a metal cage and it sold out. It was a limited edition thing that they put in something like that, and it sold out. That's what they should be doing. That's what they should be
not a
doing.
metal one.
Stuff like that, limited. Oh man!
Here you go. Look at this one.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Wow.
Now, here's a bit of trivia for you, if anyone's got this. You should see the tapes are still here. Look,
That is brilliant, man. That one's still. Ah, wow. Ah, that's something else.
there's the tape, Noel.
Yeah, now take it out and smell it.
Must.
I knew you were going to do that again, but do you not get what I'm trying to say? There's just something unique about VHS.
I can sort of smell it like a plasticky sort of smell.
Yeah, that's what it is. But you remember when you used to put it in a VHS recorder, and then because it was heating up, you'd get that kind of smell,
Yeah.
and you get the smell of the film. That's what I miss. You miss the smell of the film.
This one, then there's this one.
Ah, Attack of the Cybermen.
Yeah. Now on the VHS, they didn't put it on the DVD, which I was disappointed with for my own sake. There's a clip in the. I don't know if you ever watched it over there, but we used to have in the 80s Saturday Superstore with a kids program on a Saturday morning, and they'd have guests on. You could phone in and chat to them. Now it's actually on YouTube. You can search for it. Saturday Superstore with Colin Baker. It was the start of his full season. There was Colin Baker, Nicola Brandt, and Jacqueline Pearson. And of course, people rang in to ask them questions. And one of those callers was myself. And it's weird because when you listen to it, I was only 15 at the time, Noel.
Yeah.
So it's weird when I listen to it to hear yourself age 15.
Just want to give a quick shout out. Blue Bonnet Hoovian has set up a private group on Facebook. So for anybody that's a fan of Blue Bonnet Hoovian, Blue Bonnet Hoovian has a Doctor Who forum 1963 to 2017. So go and check that out, guys. It's on Facebook. Go and give that Facebook group a support there. Oh, that's brilliant. See, the BBC have no. You know what? No matter how much we criticize, when it comes to some of these stuff, when they went all out, they went all out. Now look, the merchandise just doesn't seem. It seems to be just, they just throw any old crap together, and there you go. Go and buy that. Look at that.
Revelation of the Daleks. And the tape is in this one as well.
Wow. Unknown 289 wants to know, Ian, was this on TV?
But the Superstore thing, yeah. You can look it up on YouTube.
There you go.
Perhaps you can put a link to it, Noel, if you find it.
Yeah. If you could get that up there, no problem. And actually, he's done an interview in as well. If you haven't seen it, he's done a few interviews. Actually, I was managed to find one. You just type in his name, Doctor Who merchandise, and interview, and it comes up. And there's a nice little interview with him there. In his jacket and all. Tell you something, man. We're only getting to see little snippets. It's that's why I love having you on, Ian. You cheer everybody up. Up. Everybody is loving. There's anything. Remember, Ian has asked the last stream. He said if there was anything in particular that you wanted to see, he might have it. So if anybody, I'll ask you that question now. Is there anything in particular that you would like to actually see and see if he actually has it? Remember, Ian is two-time world record holder of the most Doctor Who merchandise. So there may be a chance that he'll have it. Do you have any Dapol stuff? Am I saying that right?
Yes. I'll have to show it another time. I have it, but it's packed away in the cupboard in boxes. Just keeps it free, because what happened with Dapol was I still love it. I know people criticize it, but it came a bit brittle, the plastic. So I tend to keep it away. I keep the console up because I have a spare console. I was looking at it earlier, but it's tricky to get down. I will get it down at some point. I do have 25th anniversary box set of it, which came with the Tardis console, the exterior panels, which you put around it, A9, Bonnie Langford, Seventh Doctor, the base. Have all that in a box. Noel, I've just sent you the link on a message on Twitter.
Yeah, I just seen your name popped up there. I was like, I wonder what happened. I was wondering, so I'm gonna have a look now. Yeah. Do you want me to show it up on this, do you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, hold on.
I'll get you the other one in a minute. I'm trying to put these tins back.
Right. Not about it. I'm gonna get this link up for you guys that he just sent me. Hold on. What's wrong with you, buddy? Your ball's over there or something, and you're gonna hurt yourself, buddy. Mammy is gonna call you now. Mammy, call him. Mammy is going. Oh my God, she's watching some program that my sister suggested called "You" or something about a stalker or something. I don't know what you know.
You.
Oh, I can't play this. This is a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't play it on the channel, but I could play it later on. Yeah, it's a Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant. Is this a telethon thing that they did? Was it?
No. It was just that in those days, before.
I really I'd love to share it, but I can't because I'll get bleeding earmarked. BBC are already on me back anyway.
We'll just put it on maybe on your Twitter link, maybe for people.
Yeah, I'll put it on Twitter. I'm actually going to share it right now while we're talking. What's that you have? That looks very old.
This is another TARDIS tin. Now this one got
Invasion. Oh wow!
30th anniversary. This one unfortunately got rusty.
Yeah, you could buy stuff I think to kind of stop that from continuing.
Yeah, I'll have to. Anyway, in 1993, this is, and I don't know if it's going to show up. It's signed. It's signed by Sylvester McCoy.
Ah, nice.
Stewie and Best Wishes, Sylvester McCoy. And on the bottom, you see there was like the Emperor Dalek.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Now within, there's a few interesting things in now. Oops. Right.
Go easy now. Go easy.
Remember, of course, you've seen the tapes before.
You might be the two-time world record holder of merchandise in the fandom, but he certainly doesn't mind taking it out like that. I'd be extra careful, you know.
No, it's all right because I to explain what that is. Now, the only time here we had American-style VHS covers because if you look, they weren't plastic; they were cardboard.
Ah, nice. The old cardboard, yeah.
Again, this one is Remembrance of the Daleks. It's signed by Sylvester McCoy.
Ah, nice. That's deadly, man.
So yeah, that's why I keep that. I mean, a lot of my VHSs got damaged to damp, but some I was lucky enough. Now that's that bit. Then there's a couple of other bits. Now they did in the 60s. I never got this, but I've got a copy of it. They did a vinyl of the Hartnell story, The Chase.
Yeah.
Well, they did a vinyl of that.
Wow.
I don't have that. That would be nice to have. I have an audio recording.
Right.
Which is on. It says here, Who Chase. Kind of an abridged version of the story, so it's nice to have that.
Yeah. The audios are just as good, man. That's brilliant.
That's an old BBC catalogue. There's no pictures in it. It's just
I tell you, it really is, isn't it? It's amazing to see all this stuff because obviously, I was born in '79, so a lot of this stuff wouldn't have been available in Ireland. To be honest, so for me, it's like seeing some of these. It's like when I used to do my slideshow videos and I'd come across exactly the stuff that you're showing me, I'd be amazed because, well, look at that.
That's a booklet that come with it, all about the history of the Dalek. Look.
Nice one. The pity don't have one, the history on the Doctor, to give it to Chris Chibnall.
Yeah. He wouldn't understand it. It wouldn't compute in his brain. I wonder what he'll do with the Cybermen. What help us all?
Yeah, I think everybody is dreading this weekend's episode because obviously there'll probably be something at the end of this week's episode to lead into the two-part finale. I'm not looking forward to it. Actually, I listened to Bolstreck's latest
Oh yes, I did.
video. There's one thing I've noticed about it, right? You can actually tell now that he is officially done with Doctor Who. It's sad because you can hear it in his voice, even at the end when he's telling people, to subscribe and all. You can see that a little bit of his passion has been killed. It's just he could say this episode. If look, the rest of the series has and Series 11 done a lot of damage, but I think the way they handled, I think that's the final straw for everybody. Is the way they handled.
Yeah.
Even I know we haven't paid too much attention to it, but even the mental health issues that they tried to raise in it wasn't handled properly either. And then for BBC then to use the Radio Times to come out and say, yeah, we kind of get why yous are all moaning, but like we're sorry that was misconstrued, but like not giving a real apology.
It's just a few things. Sorry, no.
All right.
Galaxy Man Show is suggesting Simon Fisher Becker on your show sometimes. That's a possibility. I mean, I did a show with that American channel, Tales of the Travelling Tardis, and he was on that. But that other person, who we shall not name, does go on that. Your nemesis, shall we say? No.
Yeah, we've got a few.
Anyway, CJ Campbell 37 says, "Am I collecting the classic series on Blu-ray?" I am. Yes, I love them. And Gary is asking you. I think it's Gary, if I'm not mistaken. Did I collect the Frame magazine? Yes, I did. I've got a couple of them somewhere. Yeah, Daniel, just be careful when you use that word to Daniel. This is not my Doctor Who. Yeah, don't go using that hashtag. This is not my Doctor, because
I've told everybody, but people just want to seem to keep using it, and I'm not going to be able to change people's mindsets on that. I've asked people to use this hashtag save Doctor Who, because that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
But because even if you use a similar hashtag, it's still being tarred with the Not My Doctor hashtag. So it doesn't matter whether you use a slight variant of it. People are going to automatically think that you are part of the Not My Doctor crowd, and automatically you're going to be slated.
Yeah, that's just saying, Daniel there. Just be careful. I'm just going to try and find something else. No, I'm not.
I think hashtag save Doctor Who is actually the best one, because that's what we're trying to do now. The show's on its last legs because of the writing. I mean, again, I can't change people's minds about using a hashtag. You can use whatever hashtag you want to do, but all I'd ask you to do is do the 2 bits of things that I've asked you to do for the next till the end of the finale, and then even when the finale is over, just keep doing what I've asked you to do, because it's working. Because the fact that the BBC had to address this, and they've actually come out and said that a section of the fans were unhappy, and then the J-bots then tried to say it was the Not My Doctor crowd. Well, I want to say something to the J-bots that are sending me a video last night. You have actually miscalculated this, and you have got this actually wrong, right? It wasn't the Not My Doctor side that was actually upset about this, to be quite honest with you, right? Because quite frankly, they don't give a flying fuck, right? What it was fans like me and others that actually have suffered through mental health and have seen their family members go through cancer and battling cancer. Some have died and some have actually beaten the disease, right? For to see Doctor Who belittle it like that, that's why fans were angry. So don't be going around the blame and everything on the Not My Doctor crowd side, because At the end of the day, they don't give a crap, right? They've exposed themselves, well, not all of them, but they've exposed themselves for who they truly are, a bunch of racist, sexist, bigoted pigs, and I want nothing to do with them. So that's where I stand. Right?
Yeah, I agree with you. No. Anyway,
Right.
I've just been digging out.
Again, I keep getting reminders. People are sending me this petition to sign. I am not signing a petition because a petition is not going to work. I don't know how many times I have to tell people this. A petition is not going to work. We've already proven if we communicate to the BBC, they have no choice but to answer back. And that's what they did in the Radio Times article. Keep doing what I've asked you to do. And trust me, we will get somewhere. But signing a stupid petition, and I'm sorry, at this stage, you look at all the petitions that were signed for Series 11. Do you know what? I'm actually going to try find them, but I guarantee you they'll try pull them down. Whoever set them up will try pull them down. Not one of them reached our target, right? Yeah. Not one of them reached the target amount of people that they wanted to sign up for those petitions. So for me, petitions are a dead duck, right? We've come up with a plan. It's working. Keep doing what I've asked you to do. As I said, do it politely, do it respectfully, make your points, and you also know what to do on Facebook, including what I've asked you to do. So Eddie Ascaro has asked you, like I've asked you, to write in complaints to the BBC about the way they've been handling Doctor Who. Now, also, my Facebook crowd, only you guys know this because I don't want to let the other side know. They're actually so desperate that a couple of J-bots actually tried to join to the groups that I'm actually in. I'm at the warning people now on those groups. They're so desperate to find out what I'm actually doing because they know it's making a difference. So keep doing what I'm telling you to do on Facebook as well as what I'm telling you to do on YouTube here. Contact the BBC. We are getting somewhere. That's why the J-bots are blaming everybody now because they know. By the way, just to actually let you know, some of them have decided that they're already running from YouTube, right? Some have decided that they're leaving YouTube and some have decided that they're leaving Twitter. They already know what's coming. They already know that this shit show is on its last legs because the fans are finally speaking up. Now keep it up. Just keep it up. Right, Ian, we'll get back to happy things, but I just wanted to say that just
you're right.
They're doing because you know what, guys, you are making a difference, and you know what, I'm proud of every single one of you that do what I ask you to do because it means you care. So keep it up. Go ahead, Ian.
Right, another 10. The final 10 is the pilot of a Time Lord.
Oh my God. Look at the color. Just look. Oh my God.
And then on the bottom you can see it's signed by him.
There you go. Hashtag save Doctor Who, hashtag canon matters. If you want to use that, fine. But I would encourage everybody to use the hashtag save Doctor Who. I use it all the time myself now. You know, let's get a hash. Come here. Do you know what? The Not My Doctor hashtag is known by everybody, which means it trends sometimes, right? So let's get this a good hashtag trending for a change. A one that's actually shown a positive side to this fandom, right? Because unfortunately, you know, the Not My Doctor side did start off with, you know, a good goal. They weren't as militant as they are now, but some of the creatures that have infested it are just totally out of order. There's been personal attacks on some of the cast from some of these people. So I'm sorry, I'm done with that. If anybody uses that hashtag, Not My Doctor or variant, I'm just warning you. You are setting yourselves up to be attacked. You know, because there's people out there that see these people as really bad, and they are bad because they're damaging this side of the fandom by their behavior. So we need to send a positive message out there, right?
The thing is, you see, because I've been attacked and it's called, "Oh, you're part of the Not My Doctor lot."
Exactly.
And you accuse someone accused you and says, no, Noel is not part of that. Because we don't like it, so we're automatically classed as
Hardly
they're
who's
not.
Jay Watts keep saying I'm the leader. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling you. So I did not set up that hashtag, right? I did not set up that group, right? I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I wasn't part of it. Of course I was, because at the time, most of us was, because it wasn't, and got to do with being racist, being a bigot, or
Yeah.
anything like that. As soon as it start changing in that direction, a lot of us jumped ship, right? Then I start using the hashtag not my Doctor Who, right? But then I felt then after Sasha was cast, when that side of the fandom showed their true colours and showed how racist they actually were, I decided not to use any variant of that hashtag, whether it was hashtag not my doctor or hashtag not my Doctor Who, which is a totally different hashtag and has nothing to do with that side of the fandom. And I want to make that clear, right? They have nothing to do with that side of the fandom. They just don't like that version of Doctor Who, so that's why they call it hashtag not my Doctor Who, because they're
Yes.
talking about the whole show. Whereas not my doctor is just talking about Jodie Whittaker's doctor. But that's why I don't use a variant, because you are setting yourself up to be attacked. So
Yeah.
that's why I use hashtag save doctor.
I should answer a question here. Well, not a question, a point. Unknown underscore 289 says, in that same program I sent you to the link, Noel, there was another time when Colin Baker, was he over as the Doctor, he appeared in costume and did Nicola Blunt. And they had a phone, people phoning in. And one of the phone calls was Anthony Ainley, but he was in character as the Master. And now Unknown think that, it was publicity, to promote Mark of the Rani, or not quite. I don't believe it expected him to call, because Anthony Ainley lived for the Master. He loved that part, and I don't think they expected him to phone in, especially as in character, because he did. It was his own choice, I think. I haven't ever heard ANT him up to it. I just think he did it off his own back. Oh, I know. I've dug out a load of books to show you. Oh, I love your picture. I'll swap you, Noel. I'll swap you some of my stuff for that picture.
Here, I like this one. I like this one as well.
Yes, that's a nice one.
So I'll leave it on that one. I like,
I like that one.
The background of that one. Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, by the way, I actually made my own green screen for people. If you just want to know how I did this,
Yes.
there's a certain green paper that you can buy, and I just basically stuck it up. Now, this is just a quick job, but I am actually going to get a green screen, but this is just temporary. But as you can see, it's not too bad. It's just the lighting. I haven't gotten
It's
the
your
light
hair. It's just about your hair.
You can see me, I'm a bit pixelated, but if I got this perfect, I would blend into the background perfectly. But it's nice to have the target. Oh, see this side. It's nice to have
love that. I love that. Where'd you get the picture from? It's a lovely picture.
I just got them on on Google there. I just put in Vincent Van Gogh inspired Doctor Who art, and this is what came up.
It's a lovely one, because it's like it reminds me of more of a classic TARDIS, and the door's slightly ajar. I mean, this is what I don't get from the current series. I tell you, no, the truth is, everybody, I'm looking at that picture of the TARDIS. I've got in here a thrill like I used to get with Doctor Who, adventure, excitement. With Jodie TARDIS, I go, her TARDIS.
I know I'm pixelated a bit. Oh Jesus, I'm disappearing there.
Yeah, no, that's a nice picture. It's a really good one. I've dug out anyway. I've dug out old hardbacks to show you. Did you ever get the paperbacks? No, any of them?
No, that's what I mean. If they were available, unfortunately, my family was very poor, so we couldn't afford anything like that. I mean, me growing up as a kid, at Christmas every year it was guaranteed, because I was always a bit of a geek. It'd either be a telescope or the latest brand new microscope, or obviously computers. Nice. That's what my family used to get me. But I was more in, even as a kid, I was into science. I used to, especially with the microscopes, I used to love getting, picking up dead flies and putting them under the microscope and checking them out and going out and getting spiders and stuff. And I was very interested in all that stuff, did my own little experiments. That was the kind of stuff I grew up with. But if they did have that stuff available I never actually, got it. Because my dad was a Doctor Who fan. So, I mean, if it was available, I'm pretty sure he would have got some because he was a huge fan. That's how I was introduced into Doctor Who in the first place, was because of me dad. So if he hadn't watched the show, I would never have known anything about the show. So I've got him to thank for that. So yeah, I mean, it was always on the TV in our house, like Lost in Space, like Star Trek. Then, well, obviously, when I was a bit older, he introduced me to the Next Generation. I mean, me dad, even today, my mum and dad, they wouldn't call themselves geeks, but most of the TV shows and most of the movies that they actually watch are all sci-fi, and they're big horror fans as well. But they've always loved sci-fi. But the thing about it is, they've never watched this version of Doctor Who, even in 2005. Because by the 80s, my dad had lost all interest. Then by the late 80s, he actually was criticising it at that stage when I became aware. So, yeah, he hasn't watched the new one. I'd love to see how he'd actually feel if he watched. I know Rolls is not the greatest to start off with, but The End of the World is a good episode.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So
No, it's not a quiz, but just to have a guess. Anyone have a guess? What year do you think this is from?
move it closer to the screen. Hold on, I'm gonna go out for a minute because I want to see it big. Right, I'll take a guess. I'll say 64.
Nearly 65. Third Impression, 1960.
Do you watch Brian Cox now? I have watched them. Yes, yeah, I love. So listen, Daniel. I mean, I've been invited onto UFO streams and all, man. I love everything about science. I love all the conspiracy theories. I just look. I mean, I grew up with sliders as well. I mean, for me, the big thing, I everything I watch is sci-fi, and I love horror as well. So I've picked up my mum and dad's habits. But yeah, I used to watch Sky at Night all the time. That was huge in our house. Obviously, when Sir Patrick Moore sadly passed away, I've tried to watch it since then. They do a good job, but it's not so Sir Patrick Moore, so it doesn't have to say. It'd be like, if they did Blue Planet without David Attenborough, it wouldn't be the same. So, yeah, I watched Dara O'Brien. Dara O'Brien, the Irish comedian, as you know, but he's a very intelligent man. He loves his science. He's a big geek as well. He does a few stuff. What do you call them? Goes to these events and he talks to the crowd, talks about science and stuff, and it's all interesting. Ricky Gervais as well, believe it or not. If you listen to some of the stuff that he says, even though it's within a comedy context, I class him as a modern day Shakespeare. He's very good at getting his messages across. And if you've ever watched any of his stuff, by the way, if you want to watch, I want to actually bring this up because Doctor Who did the cancer thing poorly, but they also did the mental health thing poorly. If you want to see a show where they deal with both someone bereaved because they've lost their partner through cancer and their battles with everyday life due to their mental health state after they lost their wife, I would suggest that you go and watch a brilliant little show by Ricky Gervais called Afterlife. He's currently in the process. I think he said he finished writing series 2, But if you haven't seen Series 1 of Afterlife, and it's something I'm actually seriously considering actually reviewing on this channel, because this show had a huge impact on me after watching it, and it had a huge impact on other people. Now, the outpouring of love for this series, if you just go on to Ricky Gervais's feed and actually put in Afterlife and see all the love that people actually have for that show, it's unbelievable. That's how you do it, Chris Chibnall. It's absolutely disgusting, and the fact that they haven't actually properly apologized is typical of the BBC. I'm sorry, Ian. I know you want to show stuff, but this has been playing on my mind since that episode dropped. It's just
as I said to you yesterday, BBC, as I said, one letter fits all. So if you didn't like it because of this, if you didn't like it because of that, you get the same letter. As I told you, it was in 2000, when was it? 2013, when the anniversary was on, when they found the missing episodes, and I put a complaint in because I said one show was taking the mickey out of the old costumes of the Yeti and that. I said, listen, that's going to make you an awful lot of money. And they wrote back to me, oh, well, we know everybody doesn't always like the presenters. I said, excuse me, I wrote back to them via email. I said, I never mentioned a word about the presenters. Oh, sorry. All right, yeah. So caught them at it. It's the same people complained about the bias to the BBC last year. And everybody would complain. It was on Twitter, and everyone posted the response, and it was the same answer all the time. That's it. It's like a complaint letter. Press the button on the computer, print it off, send it. Press the button, print it off, or email it. It's a robot.
Yeah.
The bots do it. So in order for them to take responsibility, they need a really hell of a lot of complaints. So 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 is not enough. But getting to 30, 40, 50 upwards, same as complaining about the quality of the show, then they'll take notice. Because if 100 people complain,
making a difference, you keep complaining, and people look at they're that desperate. They're trying to look at. I've had over, and this doesn't happen on Twitter. I've had over 100 people try to follow me on Twitter in the last 2 days, and when I've went in and checked all their profiles, most of them are J-bots. They want to know what this channel's up to, because, as I said, people on the YouTube channel know that I've asked you to write into the BBC, right? And I've asked me Facebook followers to do the same, but I've asked them to do something else on Facebook, and that's what's annoying them. They're trying to find out. I've even had loads try to join all my groups as well to try and find out, and groups that I'm actually involved in, I've had to actually warn people, look, at these people are trying to get in because they're trying to find out what we're up to. We're making a difference.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky because I've got I run 2 Facebook groups and I'm admin on a couple. Mine is just called after the Thai food ebook, The Amazing World of Doctor Who. But we've had almighty arguments to do with Whittaker's Doctor and that on both sides. It's been a mess, and I keep warning people, I will ban you, respect each other's opinions. But, I don't talk about any petitions, any campaign. I did see someone do a comment of hashtag not my doctor. And it was after the episode with the Jadoon, and I said to them, please do not use that hashtag, because someone from that group sent actors who played the Dr. Ruth a racist message.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Said, I will not have that.
I've seen it, and then people were saying to me, no, what do you think of this? And of course I was disgusted. Why wouldn't I be? You don't go after the actress. It's not her fault. She took the job, you know what I mean? And what's she going to do? Not take the job? She's an actress. That's her livelihood. See, this is what's happened. See, because, the J-bots get away with everything. They're not my doctor side are getting away with everything. And nobody is calling them out, right? I've started to do that. Oh, well, actually, I've been doing that from the beginning. And then I was told, no, you need to stop calling people out. Then I stopped doing it. Then it got worse. I'm sorry, but this is what you need to be doing. You need to be calling these people out and holding them to account. They cannot be behaving like this in the fandom. And by the way, that Radio Times article was a sham anyway. Again, they quoted the Time ladies, and I'm not going to give them a second of my time, and I wouldn't even listen to anything that comes out
no.
there now.
They quoted. They also
man hate. That's a man hating group there, right? If you've ever seen one, right? And their personal Twitter accounts as well. Well, they've all blocked me anyway, but it doesn't stop people from actually sending me stuff that they actually say. And they still have a look. They have an issue with this channel. That's fine. I don't care that she's had an issue with this channel. The reason why he's having an issue with this channel is because I don't put up with your bullshit. And I won't sit back and let you actually slag my gender off willy-nilly. And then you go and ask that very same gender then for money. You are an absolute disgrace. You know what I mean? People contribute to this channel, right? I don't put a gun to their heads and ask anybody for any money, and I never have. And I never will. If people want to contribute to this channel, that's fine, fair enough. But I wouldn't actually physically go out there and actually pull up a PayPal account and ask people to donate so I can go to conventions. If you're a fan, pay for your own bloody convention. And apparently you said you all have jobs. So if you have a job, then you have the money, okay? And you keep saying that they're expensive. Well, you're in a privileged position, all right? You get free stuff anyway. So the least you could do is pay for your own bloody convention. Because you know what? I'm 40 years of age, right? I live in Ireland. I probably will never go to a convention, right? And I've made my peace with that. I'll probably never go to one, but I don't mind, right? It's not the end of the world, but I wouldn't be that desperate that I'd be asking people for money like the way you do, and then you just go and slate the same bleeding fandom. That's what I don't get. If you treat them with respect, right, and actually listen to our side of the argument instead of actually coming out with all these isms, or you're a racist, or you're a bigot, or this, that, and the other, and actually listen and understand their arguments, then we might get somewhere. But if anybody has contributed to the Time ladies, I would tell you not to. Why would you give a bunch of man-hating? That's all it is. And the Sisterhood of Khan are the same as well. They went after some father, they did, because he made the point that he's 2 kids, because he was saying, don't be tarring them all with the same brush, people that don't like this show, because he was making the point that his 2 kids, I showed you the tweet, right? They even went after him. That's what they're like. That's what they do, right? They're a bunch of man-hating idiots, right? And they're the one, and by the way, look at them all. Right, they've all joined the fandom in the 2000s, right, when Doctor Who came back on screen, right? They're not even fans as long as us, right? But we embraced them, right? We didn't mind having new fans, but now they're basically telling us to get out of our own fandom, and they're basically slating us off. Go and kiss my arse, right? Show us a bit of respect, and then maybe we'll start treating you with a bit of respect, unless they are man-hating. And by the way, they've made a few cock-ups as well. Imagine asking for a review for whatever episode it was. I forget which episode. We'd like a person of colour to review this. What the hell?
I've seen that.
Bunch of, like he's a racist too. Racist too. I know he's aren't. I know he's actually aren't racist, right? I'll put that out there. But he's poorly worded that. Right, and it seems to be it wasn't that as well. He's asked for, you wanted to hear from the LGBTQ, so I don't mind, right? Then you wanted to hear from the girls, but I never hear you asking for the lads' side, right? Never
you wouldn't ask me.
And do a review for you, and if you do get guys to come forward and do a review for you. They're surely they're on your side of the arguments. You just have to look at their profiles. Why not get someone like me? Or if you don't want to get me, someone like Ian that doesn't like the show, or someone else out there that doesn't like the show, and let's hear their point of view, and let's hear what the fandom has to say about that, instead of it being all one-sided all the time.
No, they wouldn't get me, because I'm not like another woman you mentioned the other night. I'm not going to mention her, who used to do the fan show. Who's gay, but is all this full of PC stuff by the BBC, and likes all these rainbow flags and that. I like the rainbow flag. I don't like this Who stuff. It's just, as I said a short while ago, it don't excite me. It's, as the Third Doctor was a nonsense.
Here, Blue Bonnet. Blue Bonnet has her spot on there. She said her out straight there. The time ladies are the most. Yes, they are. I agree with you, 100%. They are. They're the ones that cause all this. Because you know why? Before I was blocked from them all, what they used to do is any tweet that I used to put up, they used to actually go into me Twitter account, which is fair enough. That's what Twitter is for. But they used to retweet me tweets without tagging me. Then I was getting all this hate, and I wouldn't know why I was getting all this hate until someone told me, you do know that they're retweeting your tweets. And then when I went in and I had a look and I commented on one of them, I was blocked straight away, and I was blocked from them all, right? That's what they do, right? They don't directly go after them themselves. They know that their supporters are radical enough. So what they do is they retweet people's tweets that don't like this series, knowing that their hate mob, that their mob will go after the person that has a problem with this. And that's how they can't be kicked off Twitter, because they're very clever in that respect. Now, sometimes they might slip up, and one of them in particular will put a tweet up. She'll delete it straight away, but the thing about it is screenshot is a very amazing thing, and a lot of Doctor Who fans will be on guard, and they basically take a screenshot. Then the person will play the victim, then they'll go off Twitter for a while, and then they'll come back. They'll say it's not good for their mental health and all this. But here's the problem I have. If you're going to be retweeting people's tweets and then they get hate and then they defend themselves and then you play the victim, well, then I'm sorry, you've only got yourself to blame, because if you hadn't retweet their tweet in the first place, then none of this would be happening. That person wouldn't feel the right to defend themselves. So maybe you should stop retweeting people's tweets. Just put up your own personal feelings about how you feel about the show, and nobody will bother you.
So I just checked something while you were talking now about the time ladies. It's interesting. They've not blocked me.
Wow. Have you even had any discussion with them?
I have in the past. I'm sure I have.
You don't like the series now, and you're a white male, you see, so they don't like you in. Just like they don't like me. Sure, apparently Crystal D apparently had another pop at me now, and I haven't heard from this woman in months, but apparently she likened me and Ballstreck to something, I was told. She put me, you know what, the fact that she put me in the same league as Ballstreck, kind of, you know, I should be happy about that one. It's a great compliment to actually have, because Ballstreck does some great work. But the fact that, like, this woman has left the fandom and I'm still living inside her head is absolutely fantastic. You know, you think, again, she was the same, retweeted me tweets. And then again, I actually replied to her when she actually said, and everybody will remember this, because this is what this channel is actually basically known for. I think this is how the channel kind of got on the map a little bit, because I'd only a few subs at that stage. But she put up that when she researched Doctor Who, Classic Who, she watched that at 1.5 speed. And she said some other stuff. And I wrote up how I thought she was I said that's very disrespectful, and I basically called her out on it. Then I got a bit of hate, and then I wrote to her, "Are you going to let your fans harass me now, or what?" I says, and then she kind of made a remark that everybody's on her side said, "Put me in my place," right? But if she put me in my place, right, why did she block me? She didn't put me in my place. I was getting the better of her in the argument, and then she knew I was telling the truth when I called her out. How disrespectful, right? You don't come out and say, even if you do that, you don't come out and say that you research Classic Who at 1.5 speed, because you're basically what are you trying to say? What's the message you're trying to convey? You know what I mean? And at the time, remember, the fandom was already very fraught with the fact that Jodie Whittaker was coming out with her own crap about girls being in the corner, and that there was no female leads when she was growing up, which was absolutely bullshit. Right? This is what happens. These people send their bullies out. And then I had it from that other idiot as well, Ben Cook. And then he insults me on one paragraph. And then he gives me a comment. Then he tells me actually how I should actually do the videos on my channel. I shit, you know. Told me I had no talent. Right? That Josh Snares one as well. He wrote up as well. They never actually tag you in these tweets. but he was going around telling these followers that I had no talent. Listen, I don't claim to have any talent, and I never have, right? I've never done that like this before. You've obviously grown up with technology all your life, so you're more used to this than I am. I'm still getting used to it, but to actually call out someone that isn't even a threat to you, and to say that I'm not a talented guy and I'm trash, you don't even know me. So how can the talented side when it comes to the internet? I'll agree with you. I know it's not great, but I try. I do what I do. You know what I mean? I have an audience, so obviously they like what I do. You know what I mean? You don't have to like what I do. That's fine, fair enough. But you didn't have to go and screenshot a tweet and then call me trash and call me untalented and not even have the guts to tag me. And then when I actually text you because you haven't blocked me, which are one of the few that hasn't, and when I text you to say, if you've had to say, be a man and say it to me face, I haven't heard from you since. So, like, as I said, don't be slacking me off. I don't slag you off. I've actually watched a couple of your videos, bar your accent annoying the hell out of me because I don't like that accent, to be quite honest with you. Your videos are actually quite good. I've actually watched a few of your videos and I was actually a little bit of a fan until you decided. I know your opinions on Series 11 and 12 differ to mine, but that still doesn't mean that if you do content that I like, I'm not going to watch. But the fact that you went and did that, and I know you don't care, but this is the kind of attitude I'm talking about. I mean, you don't even know me and you're slating me off, And if you got to know me like me followers have got to know me, you will know that I'm actually a pretty nice guy. I'm actually all right to get on with. But that's the current state of the fandom. And Daniel said that there, the 1.5 comment sickened me. I don't like her at all. Nah. And then when the election was up, she said that she was bringing the Doctor Who show back. Then when you clicked into it, it was actually basically to vote in the election. So she basically baited all of our followers as well, which I don't think you're allowed to do. And I know a lot of other people were doing it, but I don't know how that's allowed and that isn't against the law. Because you're basically trying, like it's a politician's job to convince the public to vote for them. Yeah? It shouldn't be coercing other people into voting your way just because you don't like Boris Johnson or whatever, whoever it is. Nobody gives a crap now. I'm just delighted that I haven't heard as much of the Brexit talk anymore, which is a relief.
And for me, I've been over here, it's a relief. Anyway, I just want to. There's somebody again. Wino says 1.5 thing. Yes, she made a comment in Who magazine. Because I don't know if anyone noticed this, when Jodie started, whenever it was now, the whole Doctor Who magazine had like the time team. They replaced them all and they brought in every sort of hit box you could think of.
No, what they did was, because I did a video on this. I did a whole thing on this, right? What they did was the old time team consisted of classic Who members and new members of the show, like basically since 2005, right? It was a mixed team. Ben Cook was then brought in to basically change that all up. And what he done was he brought in YouTube influencers and bloggers. That's it. He brought in YouTube influencers and bloggers that spoke about Doctor Who, right? Just spoke about Doctor Who, right? And claimed to be fans of this show. Now it tells, when you even read the reviews, it tells that they haven't watched the show. And you know what's funny then? They try to put their own ideology on classic episodes and stuff like that. That's what they were brought in for. There was no balance, right? If you wanted to change the time team up, I've no problem with you doing that. But as I said again, where's the balance between young and old fans to bridge that gap? There was none. They were replaced by a bunch of, as Mark says there, replaced with woke idiots. That's exactly what they were. And now Ben Cook is gone, right? So now Ben Cook is gone. The time team, in my opinion, should be replaced. Every single one of them. And the time ladies are part of that, right? The time ladies are part of that time team now. And they write articles for Doctor Who magazine now. fair enough. You don't. I'll be technical here. You don't technically work for the magazine, right? Because you pulled me up on that one. But you do write articles for the magazine, so we call you a subcontractor, right? So when a person like that or people like that are as toxic as them writing for the Doctor Who magazine, no wonder it's going down the drain as well. So if anybody from Doctor Who magazine is actually listening, oh, by the way, just to let you know, I actually put this stream up on the BBC press office on Twitter. So if anybody from the BBC press office is listening, this is what you need to do to save Doctor Who. You sack Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker, you get rid of his riding team. You do a complete clear out of the time team, and then what you do then is you do a soft reboot. Then you bring in two bring in two showrunners, right? You bring in two showrunners, two that have had previous experience with sci-fi, ideally two that have already written for Doctor Who, but bring in two, not just the one, bring in two. Then you cast a man. Now, this is going to be, the casting has to be spot on. So we've got to ask ourselves, what kind of casting do we need? Do we need a David Tennant type of a doctor, or do we need a Peter Capaldi kind of doctor, or even kind of a Michael Sheen, an older doctor or a younger doctor? That's what we have to decide on, right? That's what they'll have to decide on. Once you get that right, then the rest will fall into place. We'll get the right companion. By the way, 3 companions is too much. 1 or 2 is fine, but ideally 1 would be perfect. One that doesn't fancy the Doctor, maybe if you could get the same dynamic as Catherine Tate and David Tennant, which actually seems to be the most successful or the most loved by fans because of the chemistry of Catherine Tate and David Tennant. And the reason why the chemistry was so good was because, the companion wasn't trying to jump the Doctor. To that dynamic as well, right? You can do those things, get the right showrunners in place, the right companion, the right Doctor, and then you get 2 people in that have previously written for the show, that have experience, right? And leave out your woke issues, right? Because it's already proven that it's not working for Doctor Who. If you want to address them in different shows. You keep Doctor Who strictly sci-fi, adventure, whatever, right? But we want to be thrilled. I want to be scared, right? I don't want to be preached to anymore. And if you're going to do an episode like that and preach to the audience, right, you do it in a subtle way, the way they used to do it in Classic Who, right? And then you're on to a winner. Ideally, bring in a writer for me. I think Philip Hinchcliffe is still alive, isn't he? He's a classic writer. Bring him in and bring a new Who writer in, either from the RTD era or the Moffat era, and then you're on to a winner. Now, I've told you how to save the show. Go and bloody do it.
Well, here's an interesting idea somebody come out with, and that somebody is one of the doctors, Matt Smith. I seen a tweet yesterday. He said at a Doctor Who convention he would like to see special episodes done. Not just come back in the 60s, but he said have other Doctors in one-off specials or special episodes. I thought that'd be a great idea. Not just at Christmas, but they could do spring, summer, autumn, winter sort of thing. In the spring you could have him, Tennant; in the summer, McGann, Aldi, sort of things like that. I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah, someone spoke about a multi-master story as well.
The problem with that is, you can only have. Well, you could have 4, really. I would like to see the Master from Keeper of Traken, and who also does it for Big Finish, Geoffrey Breevers, because he's got a great voice, and he was in the Keeper of Traken as the second decaying Master. I wanted to see him back. Good, but Missy, Tim, Sasha, and Breevers, you could do it. Anyway, I want to show you these because I dug them out for you, Noel. I'm going to go through some of these books.
Ted is okay, by the way. Someone asked me if Ted is okay. Yeah, his ball is there. He just won't get it himself, and it's too far for me to get it. So he's going to whinge until someone. And Mammy can't hear him because she's watching something with the earphones on. So hold on, I'm gonna try sort this out. Ted, you're making me do all funny things. Yeah. Oh, jeez. All that effort. Right, go ahead. I'm gonna move back actually so you can see the TARDIS better. There he is.
No, this one. I wish they would find that, but this should be animated anyway, I think. It will be animated at some point, Noel.
They trust me, I've got a funny feeling that there's a lot more animations to come.
Oh, yes. They said BBC event or something last October or something with her here. They are going to animate all the missing stories except one. But for now, the Highlanders, because too many costume changes. So that's why. Here's another book. Ever seen that one?
The Time Meddler, yes. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm drinking Coca-Cola. It went against me. Woo. And the 10th Doctor Who and the 10th Planet. There was a big debate about that a few months back. Some Doctor Who fan dug up and says maybe we've been getting the titles to some of these episodes wrong.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think of that actually at the time when that was all brought up?
Well, some of it was because, well, it's like, I have to confess, hands up, the early, don't start fighting, just a minute, sorry, the cats are starting to, Millie the bully.
Oh, there's a cat battle.
I can't find it, he's being a bully again. This woman, stop being a bully. Now she's running off. Don't go chasing the other one. He wants the sofa seat.
Sanctuary Geek says he'd love me to get Ian Levine. Ian Levine has actually turned. He actually praised Doctor. I don't know if he was being sarcastic, but it sounded like he's actually on board now, which is true because he was the most critical.
He wanted a lot of fire, really nasty stuff to him.
Yeah, but he came out recently. I think it was after The Fugitive of the Judoon, and he actually praised it. So I don't think either he's fishing for a job or he truly does actually believe that they've turned the corner with the show. But yeah, I would have loved him to get him on, but his opinion has kind of changed now, and he has been highly critical, but maybe there's something else in that, so I'd be highly suspicious.
I'm just checking something because you were talking about the titles. Yes, I'm just looking up on my phone. So I've always gone by. I know what they're saying, but I think some of them were a bit stretching it. So, for example, very first story, I would just call it by its first episode, Unearthly Child, because the Unearthly Child, Part 1, Cave of Skulls, Part 2, The Forest of Fear, Part 3, and The Firemaker, Part 4. And then you have the next one, which is the Daleks. Now, that one, there's no episode called The Daleks. So it goes, I always used to think when I was younger, and I always referred to it as the Dead Planet.
Yeah.
It goes the Dead Planet, Survivors, Escape, Ambush, Expedition, The Ordeal, Rescue. There is not one that calls itself the Daleks, because this book here just says here, I'll go back to this one, in an exciting adventure with the Daleks. But it was Target books that brought in the Doctor Who and a lot of it. I mean, there's an episode, where am I? Yeah. I'm going in Doctor Order, so I'll come to this book in a minute now.
That was right, but my head's in the way.
Here you go. This is the one I just said. This is a good story, though. The book is very good.
Hi, you love it. That's deadly, man. The Highlanders.
Amy's first episode. And of course,
I
this
didn't
one,
like the way. I didn't like the way. I didn't like the way he. The way he went out. Actually, it never set with me the way they wiped his memory.
I know, the
That
enemy
that.
of the world.
Oh, that's a nice cover. They did do some deadly covers artwork, don't they?
They do. This one, you talk about titles. This one is called Doctor Who and the Cybermen.
Nice one. I love that
The
logo.
actual, but the actual story is the moon base. But Target changed
Oh,
it to make it a bit more exciting because if they were, I read this recently in Doctor Who magazine, special one, that they were thinking about kids buying it. So if kids see the book called Doctor Who and the moon base, they're thinking that doesn't sound exciting. Doctor Who and the Cybermen sounds more exciting. Yeah, this is one of my favourites, Noel. And I'll tell you the story about the missing episodes they found. This one, look.
the Web of Fear and the Web of Fear. See, yeah, because we
Yeah,
say Doctor Who, the Web of Fear, but it's Doctor Who and the Web of Fear.
yeah,
So
that was just put on. Yeah, that was put on by the publishers. It's always and the. You see, they discovered the whole missing episodes. All I think it's 6 parts, except when Philip Morris, who I have to say has been openly critical on Twitter about the new series, he's the one that finds the missing episodes. He did find episode 3 of Web of Fear. They went back to it. Someone had stolen it, and it's still out there. And it is out there, and they know of them. The BBC are aware of them, and the restoration team of people that still have the missing episode, but they don't want to let them go. They have them in their private collections, but they don't want them to let them go. Have you seen that one?
the Dominators. Nice. Ian. Who's that? See, there's a glow. What's the? Who
That's
wrote
a
it?
Dominator. That's a Dominator, and that was called a Quark, little
Nice.
robot.
Turn it around. What's the back like?
It just
Nice one.
where right. Yeah, that's the second Doctor. Then you talk about Anna. Well, Doctor Who and the Silurians was known for the book. See, this is unusual because it's a small book made into a hardback. But look, the cave
Oh,
monsters.
that's deadly. That artwork, isn't it?
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
it's up because I see the dinosaur on it.
Yeah.
So is that invasion of the dinosaurs?
No. It's the
It is.
Silurians.
It
Remember
is
the Silurians
that
from
Silurian one. All
the
right.
original ones? Here, look inside this artwork inside the book.
Haha, that's deadly.
Some
He
of them
really
had
put so much
artwork.
detail, isn't it? It's sad to see how low it's dropped.
There you go. That's a Silurian, no.
Nice.
And yeah, so that was that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know, the Silurians are from the time of the dinosaurs, so that was one of their pets. So that's that one. Where's the next pile? Hang on, I've got a whole pile of them to go through. Oh, right,
Hold on.
here you go. I don't like this cover. I prefer the original paperback version. This is one of my favourite stories. I don't know what the panel thinks, but um, this is one of my favourite Dalek stories. I love this. If you ever want cheering up on a day, here's a Twitter account to follow. There's a guy that does.
Alex.
There's a guy that does a spoof Twitter account, and it's a good laugh. He bases it on one of these Ogrons. It's called Grantley the Ogron, and it's so funny to read his posts. Yeah, no, the book is much better than the TV story. It's one of my favourite books. This one.
Wow.
Also, these hardbacks are not easy to come by nowadays.
No, I've seen they're very hard to show. There's lots of people you'll see looking for them and all on eBay and all those other sites. They're going for mad prices now. The Toy Monster, Terrence Dix. Poor Terrence.
Yeah. You should know that story.
And the Green Debt. Yes. That's the story that Joe lives in, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Of course, this is one of my. I think this has to be. I think one of my all-time favorite covers.
Oh my God, Planet of the Spot. I love that episode. I love that story.
Yeah, because it's the only book that actually shows the regeneration on it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I know. I love that story. So there's one episode that overran. It kind of doesn't make sense, but it's a good old run round of an episode. And the spiders, I think, are quite well done. They're quite horrible, I think.
Yeah, they were good
Just
for the
imagine
time.
it. Hey, no. Just think when they come to release that season on Blu-ray, if they update the CGI effects of the spiders, my God, that'd be scary.
Yeah, if they did. But it's still scary on its own, though, to be quite honest with you.
And
Good
the
story.
voice. I don't know if you know this, but one of the voices of the spiders was the late Roger Delgado's wife.
Oh, wow.
That's
The giant robot. Yeah, the
some of these
robot.
covers. Some of these covers are not exactly as the paperbacks. Another time, I'll show you. I'll go through some of the paperbacks. I won't show them all because that would take forever. I haven't got all the hardbacks, but look, it's a smaller version of the book.
Oh, wow.
I don't think there's any pictures in this. No. Next one is this is where you couldn't get the creature the other night. You know the crinoid?
Yeah,
That's what
crinoid. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to say it anyway. I would have been here.
the Seeds of Doom.
I tell you, so they're daily little covers.
Now this book I had and it didn't have a cover. I got it from I think where did I get it from? I think the school library. No, I got it from a charity shop or something. But it never had a cover.
Oh, yeah.
All I did was the photo. It's a hardback version. All I did was at the time I photocopied the paperback cover and I just. Hey, sorry, it's the cats again.
Oh, the cats are on the prowl. Ted is having a bit of a cry. It's
they're having fun.
the animals. Oh, that's an epic cover.
Yeah.
I like
It's in black and white because it just got cover.
our style cover. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Oh, here's one of my favourites. Now, I also have the artwork of this on my wall, signed by the author. This cover is another of my favourites. And it's what do you think of that story? Have you ever seen that one, Noel?
And yeah, I have it there. Yeah, I watched it there. The one in the lighthouse. Yeah, I watched it. Do you know what though? It was a good story, but I found it. But you're gonna hate me for this, but now I'm only saying obviously that I haven't read the book, but I found it boring in parts. If I'm gonna be honest with you, but it was a good story.
Well, yeah, it's I love the story. Sorry, what's just something written inside it? Bookmark, I think. Yeah, I love that story, and I've got, as I said, the artwork signed by the author, the artist rather.
What, Teddy? You're going beside you, buddy.
Here's another one.
Doctor Who and the Invasion of Time with the potato heads.
Yeah, the Sontaran.
Yeah. So the Sontaran.
And this one, part of the Key to Time series.
Nice. Has anyone read At Childhood's End yet with Gary Hewitt? Here's the Ian Levine tweet. No, because I got this tweet and I actually put it up on one of my groups. I'm telling you now, that tweet exists. Right? He actually praised an episode of Doctor Who, and I'm not lying. And I have to find this tweet now because it's doing me head in. right? He definitely praised an episode, unless he was being sarcastic, but it didn't have a hint of sarcasm. Where is this bloody tweet?
Who's that?
Ian Levine.
Oh, right, him. I can't believe he praised.
There you go. Ian knows. What episode did he praise again? What was it? Because
No, I said I can't believe it. I'll find it, but I can't believe it. I follow him, so I wonder why I didn't see it. I don't think he would have blocked me.
going around, he says, I've been highly critical of this show in the past, and everybody knows my stance on it. But I have to say, tonight's episode or something blew me away, or something to that effect. I put it on one of my Facebook groups. I'm trying to find it. It was a fake. Ugh.
I mean, he comes just a bit mad to see something. No, he's not on there. I see people talking about him. I see lots of people talk about Ian Levine again, but no one brings up this gem.
It's a fake. Are you really telling me it's a fake? Did I just fall for a fake? Well, I don't mind if I fell for a fake, because that'd be good to know that he still fucking hates it. But
no, I don't know what this is. This is a guy I follow, George Sheard, and I don't know what this is.
What is me?
This is having. They all have a go at him, which annoys me. I'm going to send you this copy of. I just want to copy this.
No problem. Yes, send it to me.
I'm going to send you on Twitter. It's supposed to be between Ian Levine and it's a piss tape, because how the hell would this person know it? So I'm just not going to do it on a private message. I'm just going to send it to you normal, so I don't care who sees it. 1 second. He's not on Twitter anymore. No, he's not on Twitter anymore.
No, but this is the thing. I actually physically got this tweet, and I actually put it up on my Facebook groups, and it's not there.
But here's something else for you.
Well, if you're still against it, I'd love to have him on, because I think.
Hang on a second.
You sent a message. You said.
I want to show you this picture. I don't have this thing if my laptop will work, which we decided not to. It's something nice to show you. Talk about Who of old. I was going to show it to you, but now my laptop has decided it doesn't want to show it to you. So we don't know what are you going to do? I'm trying to retweet the stupid machine. It's like the Tardis, this thing.
Maybe he didn't write that tweet, because I can't even find. But here's the thing: I remember one that tweet up on my group, because someone's saying that they're get him on or whatever to explain it. But here's the thing: I remember seeing it and putting it up and actually writing, Ian Levine.
I got it. No, I found it.
Talk about it.
I found it. It the person put here. Oliver Dallas has put here. Has Ian Levine been hacked? And he's put not a laughing face, but putting a crying face. And some people taking the piss. Has Ian Levine? Has anyone checked him? There's 7 tweets. Just have a read of them. I thought he wasn't watching it. Some stupid gift. Something wrong. Not here. Not right. Props to him, I guess, for not being completely cynical about every aspect of the show. He might be sick. Anyone checked on him? Presumably he's had a stroke.
So it did. There was a tweet out there, but what people are saying is in the live chat there is that it actually is all fake. It's fake.
This is nasty. Now this is nasty. I want to read this tweet here.
Yeah, go ahead, because we have to expose the nasty.
Hobbles and Bad Wolf. He's called Beck Hobbles and Bad Wolf. His name is at Green Bow Hopes. He says, presumably he's had a stroke or been kicked in the head by a horse. He did have a stroke. In fact, he had a heart attack not long ago. So that is really out of question. God, these people are horrible, aren't they?
But that's their behaviour, Ian. I mean, that's the next to go to shirts. One of them told me that, I hope you die in a car crash. They're just sad, pathetic. I thought that tweet was real. Do you know what? I'm actually glad I'm being made look a bit foolish here, because if he had really come out and praised it, as far as I was concerned. But here's the thing: I've always said Ian Levine would be the guy if any movement to save Doctor Who was going to happen. He would be the guy, right?
He doesn't get involved like that anymore. He did in the 80s, though. he was great in the 80s because he organised a lot of things.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that kind of gets me, right? And I've said this. If he was the turn, right, which I'm not saying he would, but if he was the turn, that would be it. We'd be finished. Because if the most critical man of the show decides that this show is great, well, then it doesn't matter what we say. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, I mean, he's been criticized all over the shop because he has been quite scathing about how even the BBC handled uh, the classic series and the fact that he had to fish. Was not him that had to fish some of them out of the skip?
No, I tell you what though, he did go a bit too far though. He did organise a bit of a hate campaign against Philip Morris because he got jealous because Philip Morris was getting all the praise for finding the enemy of the world and the web of fear. He was getting jealous, I think, because he said, "Well, I found them all." He did great because he stopped the first Dalek story from being burnt in the furnace. He rescued it. Just in time. He was really nasty with Philip Morris. Philip Morris hadn't done nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. In fact, as I said a short while ago, Philip Morris has actually been tweeting how bad the show is.
See, this is it, though. I mean,
He's sorry to
more
He's a
people like
well-known person.
to be coming out and criticizing this disaster, and the more the merrier. Because BBC can think what I know. BBC don't think like this anyway, but the J-bots think that BBC don't care, right? BBC actually do care, and they have been taking notice. As I said earlier on in the stream, you all have your instructions. You know what to do. Keep doing it. You are making a difference. The J-bots are getting desperate now. Some of them have decided to actually leave social media because they already know what's coming. This show is not going to be saved. Jodie Whittaker, in my opinion, I still believe she will be replaced. It remains to see if Chris Chibnall hangs on to his job, but I quite frankly believe, now this is just me, this is not something I've heard, but I do believe and I have a strong feeling that they will be gone. I'm sorry, numbers just don't add up for me. And whether the J-bots like it or not, the reason why people actually focus on the ratings so much is because ratings actually do count. But you can keep telling yourselves they don't count because you live in some fairyland, some cuckoo land that you think that they do. They actually, that they don't. They actually do count. And you are sad and pathetic because you actually believe that they don't. And while the ratings are going down the pan, you are continuing to do what you have always done, which is slate this side of the fandom, which is making more of us leave each week. So keep up the good work, J-bots. Keep slating us because we keep walking away and we keep encouraging other people to walk away. So good job. What's wrong with you?
Let's lead off with you, Noel, because I'm going to come back and stuff right here. Here's this one.
Oh, so we've got Doctor Who and the Destiny of the Daleks by Terrence Dicks.
Have you got that one?
Terrence Dicks.
Have you got that one, Noel? I thought you have. Story.
I think I do, don't I, in the collection that I showed? I think I do have that one, yeah. I have Genesis anyway.
What's its sequel, if you like? Now, this cover is a really, really good painting. It captures his likeness perfectly. Before I say it is, let's have a bit of fun with everybody. What do you think this book is? There, quick flash. It captures his likeness of somebody really well. And it's a scary likeness, and the character is scary. So, what book might I have? Any clue?
Say that again.
I said, what book could I be having? The picture on the front is of a character. It's a really scary likeness because it's so good. The character is scary. And the year of, not the year of the book, but the year of the story was as a big clue, was 1981. I don't know if anyone wants to have a guess.
1981.
And the character is rather scary looking. Especially
and the character was rather scary looking.
Yeah.
Right. 1981. Right. Whoa. No, I was gonna say no. It could be no. Will I? Will I?
Say what you like. Say what you like.
I'm gonna say Zootech, but I'm
No,
probably
that's too early. That was about,
it's too early. Right, hold on, hold on.
76. That was about 76.
Right, oh,
Super
81,
John is saying weight
81,
loss.
yeah, 80s, right, 80s. Oh, the Singed Master.
Tin Master didn't come until Tennant's era.
No, the Singe. The
Oh,
Born
I see.
Master.
Sorry, I mean, oh yes, the Sin. No, you're on the right track. Just after him.
Oh, Jesus.
Just after him, the same character. I'm telling you, practically. The same character. But
The
came
same
after him.
character.
Yeah.
You're practically telling me. See,
Yeah.
see, my brain's not working. Just tell us, go on. Nobody else in the live chat is getting it anyway either.
Daniel Super John got it practically. He guessed kind of right. He said, "Look at that picture." No,
Nice. I love the cover. I wouldn't even mind. I only watched that episode a couple of weeks ago.
but I love his master.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite then? Who's your favourite one then?
I mean, he was a good master, but I mean, Roger Delgado.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I do like this is going to be controversial, but I do like John Sims Master in Series 10.
I didn't like him in series. I like. Yes, sorry, I apologise. Yes, in series 10. Yes, I didn't like him earlier, but I liked him in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. He was rather evil. Right. Next book cover. Is going to give a big clue. I don't know if you'll get it. It might be
You're doing quizzes
excuse.
again. Right, well, hang on. Right, if you're doing quizzes, right, if you're doing quizzes, right, you have to, as the host, I'm not joining in. It's not fair, right?
You should get. It's just a clue. It's just a clue what the story is. It's a line from it. So.
Right. So if anybody wants to guess, I'll throw you a comment up.
Johnson was interesting. Harry Hewitt. Johnson was great with Missy. Yeah, he was. Here comes the line. I love the story, even though it's a bit of a naff story. The effects are very poor. It's Peter Davis one. Steve Burr Concord 192. So I've given it away practically now.
Oh, time fly. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See, you can do it.
Yeah, I know, but as the host, you shouldn't be putting me on the spot like that because the brain doesn't function well at 12 o'clock at night. We should be doing these streams during the day. Money mess.
The next one is I won't quiz you. It's the
I got one. I'm only messing.
This one. Look at this one.
Come here, Ted. I don't know what's wrong with you. You're upsetting everybody, and Mammy is just like ignoring you over there. Cheryl. She's in a world of her own. Are you still alive over there? Come here to me, will you? What's wrong with you, Ted? Will you stop crying, buddy? Come here. There, now. Sit beside me. It's all right. See, you have to sit now. Calm down. There, you're beside me now. No more crying. Look at that. What? Do you know what? The day Terrence Dix died, I don't know about you, but I remember I sat down and the first thing I put on when I found out I had a bit of a cry, I watched an interview of his, one of his latest ones, where he was actually criticizing the direction Doctor Who was going in, and then I put on the 5 Doctors, and then I put on obviously a couple of more of these episodes, and I was just like, why didn't they use this man's talent even today as an even consultant when he was alive?
He kind of retired. I loved listening to him because he said he was against the female Doctor anyway. You know, you like these aliens anyway.
Warriors of the Deep. Oh, I love that costume.
Sea Devils.
Yeah, but here, what happened to see here? Yeah, everybody. Remember, the Sea Devils were supposed to feature. So if they don't feature in
They're not
this
gonna-
Sunday's episode, well, then again, I'm going to say it. They were originally in it, but they chopped and changed this series so much that certain things are on the cutting room floor because everybody was adamant that the Sea Devils were in this, and they
Yeah.
haven't turned up.
No. Anyway, I've got a story about the next book. It's nothing to do with me, but it's explained why. It's this story, which is not one of the greatest. It's Colin Baker's first story. And
Twin Dilemma, yeah, I have that one there, I think, as well. Yeah, it's not,
now,
I agree with you, it's not the greatest.
the reason apparently he's not
I
on the
agree with Daniel there. State of Decay is a hidden gem. I
yeah,
have that on DVD as well, Daniel.
reason he's not on the cover is because apparently if you look at all of Colin Baker's stories, all his novels, including The Trial of a Time Lord, he does not feature on the cover once. So that's Twin Dilemma, Attack of the Cybermen, Vengeance on Varus, Mark of the Rani, Two Doctors, Revelation of the Daleks has come out last year in hardback. Then you've got The Trial of a Time Lord, Mysterious Planet, Mind Warp, the Voids, and The Ultimate Foe. He does not feature once on the cover, his Doctor or the likeness for him, because I think he wanted more money than they could give him. This is what I've heard. I know he's always on the Big Finish one. I know things have changed now. Well, that was then. That's why the Sixth Doctor never appears on any of the Target books.
I've just been sent a message here. And if this isn't a piss take, I'd be honored. Apparently, Matthew Dale, who was in Robots of Sherwood, says he's interested in popping on the stream.
Isn't he married to Mark Gatiss? Isn't that Mark Gatiss' husband?
Is it?
I know he was in it. I'll just check that. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me just Google it. Mark.
Well, here's a picture of him. I'll show you. This is the picture I've been sent. If that's true, I'd be honored.
I'd be very surprised.
Jesus,
What's his name?
his name is Matthew Dale, who was in Robots of Sherwood.
Yeah, no, that's not Mark. That's not his husband. That's somebody else. It's Ian Hallard, isn't it? But he was in Robots of Sherwood as well. But yeah,
The picture I was sent to show you is that I'm not actually messing, like, but yeah, if they want to come on. Oh, you can't see. Oh, that's weird because the green screen. But there's his face.
yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, if he wants to come on, Jesus, someone that was actually on the show. Wow. If he wants, well, I'm finding out now, Daniel. I'm actually just as excited as you. Wow, this be nice. Be nice.
I must run through these, and then I have to.
I would, to be honest with you, I'd love to be able, like Ian, because Ian, Ian shows us all this great classic stuff, and he could tell us stories even when I wasn't, and that's why I love bringing Ian on. I mean, if I could get people that's deadly, that cover. If I was able to get people from the old show to come on, or even knew who to come on, that'd be brilliant. Let's see that cover again. That's a great cover, isn't it, guys?
Vengeance on Varus. The thing with that one, though, it kind of predicts the future. It's one of Red Doctor Who, because the stories about watch people being tortured and do all sorts of things for entertainment. What do we have now? Big Brother, Love Island, and all that rubbish.
Well, if he wants to come on, we'll bring him on, see what he has to say. I don't know what this guy's opinions is actually on Doctor Who, so this will be a surprise. There's no prep. Pip and Jane Baker, who were actually criticised by
Chibnall.
Chibnall himself.
Yeah. The marker. He didn't describe this one. It was the trial of a time when he whinged at stupid dog fool. This is one of my favourites. The Mark of the Rani. Not so much the cover. Nearly done. Here we go. This was the 100th Doctor Who novel. A bit of trivia for you there, Noel.
The Two Doctors, not me. I have that on DVD. What did you think of that story? Because I actually thought Patrick Troughton's performance in it was actually good.
It's good, but he's wasted in it. He is wasted in it. Strapped to a table for half of the story. He should have been with the Sixth Doctor more.
Yeah, which was a shame because when the two of them actually did interact, it was actually quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my favourite story. I watched it here with Cheryl. She can't stand it. Doctor Who, I can't read that because it's in
Mysterious Planet.
Piano. All right, because it's in red there. One of the best covers. Jimmy Savile was in it.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy Savile was in what?
No, it was a thingy for kids. It was he used to do a program called Jim Will Fix It. You must have heard of it.
Yeah,
somebody wanted to meet the Doctor, so they did a mini sketch. And Tegan came back actually. A Fix It with Sontarans, it was called. And here's a fact for you: if you were to buy the Two Doctors on DVD now, that bit has been removed because they withdrew it from sale. They re-released it, but they took off a Fix It with Sontarans. My one has that on it because I got it when it first came out.
Yeah.
Now, so if they ever release it on Blu-ray, which they will do, that bit will not be shown. And finally, we have this is a good cover. You know what? I kick myself to this day. No, 1 year I met what's his name, Mr. Popperwick himself, Jeffrey Hughes. And you know what? I didn't even think of it. I worked in a gift shop, and in my bag I had with me was the paperback. I'd been reading it, and I could have got him to sign it, and it never even occurred to me.
I like that cover as well. It's nice. I like that.
The final one I have, and then I'm going to whiz them back, is this is something that we're doing, a photographic cover. This is, it says first edition, but look, not a great story, but not better than what we got now anyway. But look.
Yeah, it does get a bit of stick, that one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. I watched it here only a few weeks back. See, I have a yoke there. Oh, that's great. Do that again. Oh, that's
what they were like, and then they just they're not for the cover, but I think this is what they did in the series. So they were like that, and then they just did some trickery, so it went.
Right, I'm just waiting to see if I get a reply to that tweet that I've just sent, and we'll see if we can get this guy on. He says he's very interested to come on. Be very interested to hear what he has to say. I'll be surprised myself because I don't know what this guy's opinions are on the current state of Doctor Who. He could be totally a fan of this show, but you know what? I suppose I have been criticised in the past for not getting people on that like Jodie Whittaker. The problem is that none of them will actually come on, and there has been some invited on, but the problem is that just probably resort to insulting me. So you know, that's the reason. If they could have a decent argument without insults, I'd bring them on and try to understand why they like this show. Waiting. Right, so we're just getting a response back, just waiting there. Oh, here we go. Right, so I have got an email address. Right, I actually can't believe this is happening. If this isn't a mess, it doesn't matter. Even if it is, I'm up for a laugh. Let's see what happens anyway. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They can call me every name under the sun. Or probably a genuine person and I'm overreacting. What this should be interesting in.
Yeah.
Right, we'll give it a go. I'm sending him an email right now. This is going to be interesting. Right. So I'm. Right. So the email is sent now. So we are just waiting to see. Well, this will be huge. Does anyone ever binge watch Doctor Who? I do. Well, I used to, but not as much as I used to because of Series 11 and 12. I probably should have told them I hope they have StreamYard actually. I'll just give them a quick message just to let them know. Just give us a second, folks. I'm just letting them know that they'll need StreamYard. It's free. You can get the basic. You can get the basic package. You get 20 hours a week. While we're waiting on this special guest, whoever this special guest is, if this is legit, right, and this is like Matthew Dale from the Robots of Sherwood, well, I'm just like Daniel. I'm excited. The Robots of Sherwood, now I have to admit, is not my greatest favorites episode that I've ever watched, but it's you know it still felt like Doctor Who, and it'll be interesting to hear what it was like to work on the show then, and you know to kind of Ian's not happy with the cats. Ian's not happy with the
I'll
cats.
wreck the place in a minute if I'm not careful.
They're probably setting up StreamYard and stuff, but yeah, Daniel, I'm just as excited as you if this is real. I'm not, you know, the end day, if it's a mess, it doesn't matter. Good joke, well done. But if it's not, and if it's not the Galaxy Man show, I have to thank you, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah. So he's just letting him know how to get StreamYard. So we'll wait until he gets StreamYard and we'll just continue on until I'm told he has StreamYard and he's ready to go. And I've already sent him an email, so it should be easy enough then. If I have to send him another one, then great. Right, but obviously we're going to have a guest, hopefully, from the Robots of Sherwood. So we might as well actually just talk about that episode briefly before we actually bring on our guest. So guys, in the comments as well, Ian, what did you actually think of Robots of Sherwood? Maybe I shouldn't put you on the spot like this when
No, it's all right. It was like you said, it was okay, but not one of my favourites. It was a kind of a letdown. Although the bloke playing, was it sheriff? The bloke playing the sheriff, it was said that he did look like a lot like Anthony Ainley, and he did.
Yeah, he's coming onto the channel. Why? He's yelling at you? Ted, why are you growling at Mammy for? Oh, Mammy just... Are you okay? Go easy. She hasn't been well the last couple of days, but she's you know, she was all right today, but she's a bit, you know, she suffers from that bloody syndrome, and it bloody does me head in because our balance and all goes all over the place, and I have to watch now, make sure she's all right. I like the medieval reenactor, so I have a rather Jason point of view on historical episodes. Capaldi was great as usual.
Java, sorry, no, Java Bean says, is it true character options were going to make a Bessie? I have never heard, I have probably heard rumours, but I don't know. But what I would say is stay tuned to Noel's channel because I will ask the man that knows, who makes the figures, because I shall be seeing him not this weekend. I should be meeting him in London next weekend for coffee. So I can ask him then.
It's Cheryl that's not well. Someone said, Teddy. No, it's Cheryl. She's okay. She'll be all right for tomorrow because we're going out tomorrow. We're going to do something nice tomorrow because we haven't done that in a while, to be honest with you. That's why I'm doing tonight's stream so we can actually do something tomorrow. You know, they all call me a sexist pig and stuff like that. But when it comes to Valentine's and stuff like that, you know, even though I do think it's a big commercial pile of crap, I still make an effort. You have to, you know what I mean? It's like you should be making your woman or your partner, whoever you're with, feel special all year round anyway. You shouldn't need one day to make them feel special. But there you go, that's modern society. But, you know, if you don't make an effort, you're a prick. That's my opinion. You know, even a card, you don't have to go out and buy big, expensive gifts or anything like that. You know, we like giving each other silly gifts. Poor Ian has to leave me, unfortunately. Okay, Ian, that is no problem at all, mate. It was a pleasure having you on as usual, showing us all that merchandise. I'll have you on again next week, my friend. And I'm sure there'll be more excellent stuff. I have to say, some of that stuff is just pretty amazing. I mean, the stuff in the tins, for example, the VHSs and stuff, that is just absolutely fantastic, man.
It's a pleasure to show you all.
Fair play to you, man. You should handle it with.
Hope you have a nice day out tomorrow, Noel.
Say that again.
Hope you have a nice day out tomorrow.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
It's the weekend. There's going to be another storm coming.
Yeah, let's hope now she's okay to do stuff because you know it'll be a shame if she gets sick. You know, so hopefully she doesn't because you know that'll ruin the whole Valentine's Day. You know.
Thanks, Chris. Chris has just posted a nice message.
Yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, Chris is always here. You know what? This is not even my regular day, and he's popped up. Thank you again, Chris. We'll have to do something. We were just talking about me and Sharon. We'll have to do something nice for you at some stage, mate, because you've been A1. And he doesn't just work on my stream. That's the thing. He's working on other people's streams as well. You do a great job, man. You keep everybody's streams nice and friendly. So thank you for that.
And thanks, Noel. I shall catch you soon.
No problem, Ian. You look after yourself, my friend. Have a good one. Thanks. See you soon, pal.
Okay.
Right, so we might as well hang on, and we will see. We will see if we can get this guest on. We normally do go for another 45 minutes or so. So we will, and I will, Chris. I don't know what's with the storms that we've had lately and, you know, the weather, it's actually starting to get really cold here now. You can actually feel it. And that doesn't help either. The cold doesn't help, especially Cheryl. I mean, you know, she's gone to bed now. She was a bit wobbly there. I nearly had to jump up there, but she's fine. She's in bed now. But Ted can sense when his mammy is not well because then he starts getting upset and get irritable. and then starts crying as she's heard him. But he's fine now. He's calmed down now. He's in his little bed. He's looking at me through. I can see him. He's looking at me through his bed now, saying, "What's that? Why is Daddy talking about me?" And yes, we do say Mommy and Daddy because he is like our baby. So, if anybody has a problem with that, I don't really care anyway, to be quite honest with you, because he's more than a pet to us. He's a family member. So, but yeah, what did everybody think? I want to ask you just before we get our guest on. Hopefully this does happen now. I'm all excited. What did everybody think of BBC's response, firstly, of the whole situation? And by the way, Ian did actually send me that tweet, that Ian Levine tweet in question, the one that I was talking about, that everybody is saying is fake. It was actually on Facebook where he sent it, if it is true. So this is what he said, if it is him. He says, "As you all know, I've been very critical of the current version of Doctor Who. But to be fair, I thought Sunday's episode was sensational. So without being hypocritical, I felt the need to come out and say how brilliant it was. Just so many twists and turns and superbly atmospheric. Bravo." Now, I probably should question it because it's only gotten 42 likes or loves, whatever combination, and 24 comments and 1 share. So it probably is. I don't know. See, that's the thing, because you can kind of tell Java when people are being sarcastic. And in this, you just can't tell whether he's being sarcastic or not. There's no emoji to even indicate that he's being. That's exactly the way it's written. And bravo is in big letters, big capitals. And I mean, look, it could be fake. It could be someone just pretending. I mean, they did get. You see, this is the reason why I kind of question whether this could be real or not, because even that week, Stephen Moffat went onto the official Twitter, Doctor Who, and BBC were asking basically who their favourite villain of Series 12 was, and he commented the dregs. So there's even Moffat himself is coming out of the woodwork. Look, they know this is a sinking ship. They know it's a sinking ship. You know what I mean? They're helping their buddy out. They mightn't like what Chris Chibnall is doing, but apparently they all get on well. Moffat and himself and stuff. So they'll probably they probably don't like what he's doing, but they're gonna actually, come out and defend our buddy. And that's what real friends do anyway. They defend our buddies, and that's what they're doing. But to say that just because Moffat and others could, that's why I don't know about this Ian Levine one. But there's no sarcasm in it. It does look like, the way he would write a tweet or write a message. And rightly so, everybody is correct. It wasn't on Twitter. This was on Facebook because it's clearly a Facebook. It's a post. So I don't know, but I noticed something today that makes me question everything that we hear now. So as you know, Sonic the Hedgehog movie comes out. When did it come out? It either comes out today or tomorrow. Or I think it's tomorrow comes out, doesn't it? Officially everywhere tomorrow. Well, there's been tweets put up since a couple of days ago. And there's people saying, women, by the way, and they're writing up, and this is what they said. "I brought me husband and me son to go and see Sonic the Hedgehog, but due to its vulgar content and bestiality, I decided to bring them in to watch Birds of Prey, which was a more fun and exciting movie." Now, I've put those tweets up on my Twitter account, And what you'll see is, and you will find it's startling how all these tweets are basically worded the same, right? They've just changed a few words in certain places. This movie, this is how thick this is. This movie hasn't even been released yet, right? This is some sad, pathetic idiots out there trying to get people to go out and watch Birds of Prey because Birds of Prey has actually flopped. And now they've gone to the extreme, apparently, of actually changing it to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, or something like that. Look, this is what happens when you desexualize a character that was. Oh no, sorry, I'll rephrase that. Actually, this is what happens when you change a character and doesn't stay true to what that character is supposed to be. The reason why Harley Quinn worked in Suicide Squad was because Harley Quinn and Margot Robbie, the actress that was playing it, stayed true to the role that she was portraying. As soon as you start changing it around, messing it around, putting trousers or putting different costumes on her because you don't want to be highly sexualized, and then you give her dialogue that contains hidden tones of man bashing in it, well then that's why the movie is gonna fail. Again, we had some other idiot put up All Man Tears, and then put up Ghostbusters 2016, put up Charlie's Angels 2009. That came out in 19, didn't it? Just before 2020. That flopped as well. And Terminator Dark Fate, and then they put up this movie. Yeah, there's one thing those movies have in common, love, right? And we weren't crying. We were laughing that you actually thought that those 4 movies were going to be successful because you either gender swapped the role or you man bashed and you thought that was going to work. It wasn't Man Tears. Men are laughing. Those movies all flopped. So when you put up Ghostbusters 2016, Terminator Dark Fate, Charlie's Angels, and now this abomination Birds of Prey, you're actually making a joke and laugh of yourself because nobody takes you seriously when you say, when you write up hashtag Man Tears because these movies were a flop. We would have got behind these movies if they were done properly. We have no problem, you thick, stupid idiots. How many times we have to tell you, we have no problem with women in lead roles once done properly. Okay, you don't need to be to elevate a woman at a man's expense or vice versa. But that's what they do in these female-led movies. They do it at a man's expense because somehow that's empowering women. Well, go and kiss my arse, it isn't. And those movies flopped because of that reason. So, sorry, women's groups, whatever. Is our propaganda shite isn't selling to the public. So change your rhetoric up. Right, let's see. I got a message. So I want to see if we've got our special guest. Okay, that's fair enough. No problem. Right, so he's setting up StreamYard and stuff, but it's because it is late. So he's obviously UK based, like I'm based in Ireland. So it is 1:30. He did say that he will pop up for another stream. So that's no problem. How about joining my panel Sunday? I'm gonna find out as you watch the. But he's had to send me a screenshot of this person sending the messages. So it seems to be all legit and above board. So, you know, I can't be suspicious anyway, can I? I mean, if I have a suspicious mind, I'll never get anybody on the channel that says who they are. So it's just, you know, I've been tricked before, so I don't want to be fooled again, you know? You know, you get a lot of people as well out there making you promises, and then, you know, I'm not saying this guy, but in the past, you know, you get a lot of promises made and a lot of things said, and it never happens. And you know, it kind of irritates me because you know, there's one thing you will always get from me. You always hear from me intro, raw and unedited, and that's what you will always get with me. raw and unedited. I don't edit these live streams, never have, never will. Right? It's just the way it is. I like to be raw and unedited. Other streamers like to edit theirs, and that's fine. It works for them. I just wouldn't. To be honest with you, I can't be arsed with all the editing because some of the editing that I do for other videos is a pain in the hole already. So why would I want to edit, streams like this? I'd rather just stay natural, No, what if you're being tricked and it's actually Peter Capaldi? Ah, Jesus Christ, don't say that. Do you know what? Yous would literally, right? I'd put the camera on and yous would literally see a grown man cry for 10 minutes. He would be, right now, he would be my number one guest. And I think he'd always be my number one guest, to be actually honest with you. I know Tom Baker's there and stuff, but Peter Capaldi, I would love to interview that man. Because you could just see, even after all this time, he still loves the fact that Doctor Who fans love him. And the way he embraces this fandom still to this day, he never gets credit off the other side, to be honest. I don't care if it's Crystal D, let it be Crystal D. I don't care who comes on. If it's a J-bot, they can come on. If they want to come on and have a healthy debate with me, then that's fine. I don't care who this person is. Why would the Galaxy man not lie? He's at the subbing to me channel apparently. So there you go. But right now, I just have to thank the Galaxy Man show because he has set this up. So and I'd have no reason to doubt him. I don't care. Java being, to be honest with you, do you know what? If it was one of them, in all fairness, I don't care. They're always slating me behind me back. I don't think they'd actually come and say it to me face. And if they did, they'd probably hang up straight away anyway. They wouldn't hang around. These people hide behind names and hide behind accounts because they don't like, they don't want to actually see me. That's what I mean. I'm not hiding behind nothing. No, but that's my name. You know what I mean? That I don't make up fake names. That's my name, right? I'm, as I told you, you have seen me face, when I attack these people, I defend myself. You see it all the time. I'm always defending myself on this channel. And why? Because I don't like a series of Doctor Who. I don't like an era of Doctor Who. Well, I didn't like plenty of eras back in the day, but I didn't get as much grief for it as I do today. That's the difference. And I think that's the point, isn't it? If we kind of break it down, that is the point. You could dislike old versions or old eras of Doctor Who, but today you're not allowed. It's just not allowed. My second guest I would honestly love to bring on this channel, if given an opportunity, would be the man himself, Chris Chibnall. I wouldn't get into a slagging match. I would like to ask him a few questions, and I would give the fans here an opportunity if there was any questions they would like me to put to him. I would like to be able to put those questions to him like the way he was able to put those questions to Pip and Jane Baker. Why can't I have the same rights that he had back then? So Chris Chibnall or anybody from the BBC, if you're listening, if you would like to come on, because I would like to ask Chris Chibnall a few questions. And I think a lot of this fandom would like to hear from Chris Chibnall and alleviate some of the fans' fears that they actually have of this show. And to tell us that all the stuff that he's putting in the show, all the agenda, is it all down to you or is it down to the BBC? We'd like to know, because right now it's not being done properly. We have genuine concerns. Genuine concerns. I would just not listen. It's not about giving him the honor, Daniel. I mean, I think I have every right as a fan to ask Chris Chibnall these questions, and I think as a fan, I think I have the right to know what his vision is of Doctor Who, and not to be dismissed as the fan like we seem to be. He's pandering to the other side, and he'll pander to them all day long. But when it comes to us, he doesn't give us the time of day. He doesn't give us the time of day. Instead of actually addressing fans, he decides to have a little dig at the fans within his writing. That's not how you do it. I'm sorry, Chris, but you mightn't like the criticism. Just like Pip and Jane Baker didn't back in the day. Right? They didn't like your criticism, but they took it, didn't they? Why can't you take it on the chin like they did? That's what I don't understand. This is what's bad about this, and this is what makes me more angry, is the fact that we haven't been given that opportunity to have our say, and then when we do, then we have supporters of this era that will just come after us and slag us off and just call us names, instead of having a healthy debate and a healthy discussion on our worries about this show, and in the meantime them telling us why they like the show, and try to come to some sort of place where we're not down each other's throats, slagging each other off, and basically tearing this fandom apart. But unfortunately, I do believe we've gone past that stage. You know, Jordan Series 11 is where we should have tried to heal bridges with each side, but nobody was willing to do it. It was just fueled by hate, and I was part of that. We were all part of it. All of us are guilty of some part of it. We've all put up a tweet that we probably might have regret, or put up something slagging someone off because they went after, or whatever the case may be. We've all been part of it, and it needs to change. But unfortunately, I think we're past that stage now. So we'll just have to. I mean, I would just love to bring him on, because I think as a fan, it'd be very interesting. And I know you guys, I know some people are saying you don't want them on, and I can understand his point of view. But would it not be great if you could have that one opportunity to ask him one question? If I said to him, right, you're coming on, but you're going to be asked questions by the fans as well, I want you to take them seriously. And if I feel that you're not taking them seriously, I will tell him. I will cut you off, like I would cut off any other guest or any other person in the live comments if they were acting the maggot. Look, at the end of the day, this is my channel. If he came on here, he follows my rules. So just like when he went there, he was with that doctor, he was an arrogant little twat. He's not going to be arrogant. He wouldn't get an opportunity to be arrogant on this channel, because at the end of the day, I only want to get him on to ask the questions that we all want to ask him, right? I'm not here to play games. So he doesn't follow my rules, he gets kicked out like every other bleeding Joe Soap would get kicked out. Simple as that. And I have actually tweeted this to the BBC press office. So people are probably saying, well, why you keep mentioning the BBC? Well, I tweeted them in this live stream. So hopefully someone is watching. And you should be, by the way, because if you are, you would have learned a lot tonight on how to save the show. And you would have seen a fan like Ian show off his merchandise. And you would have seen what it means to be a fan of this show. Not the ones that you keep highlighting that have probably bought no merchandise at all, but pretend to love Jodie. Well, say that they love Jodie Whittaker. That's good enough for you. That's a Doctor Who fan to you, someone that loves Jodie Whittaker. Well, no, it's more than that. You don't just love the person that plays the Doctor. It's got to do with the whole show. But these modern fans will never understand that. Right. Well, hopefully, the Galaxy Man show has told me that he's going to pass on me messages. So hopefully, in the next couple of days, I will find out. And if this is, as I said, legit, we will have on this channel Matthew Dale, who starred in Robots of Sherwood. So again, I will show you that photograph. You can go check him out. I'll check him out after this to see, obviously. You know, but it does look like a legit photograph, to be honest with you. I can actually see Robin Hood there. You can see a bit of his red hair. So it looks legit to me. So there he is there. Sorry about the Van Gogh getting in there, but you can clearly he's there. So if we get him on, absolutely fantastic. I'll be over the moon, to be honest with you, to get a guest on that has been on the actual show. Will be I'm not gonna lie, it'll be a coup. And it'll be very interesting to hear about their experiences, as I said, on the show when they were on the show, and to obviously find out if they watched today's show and how they feel. Maybe they probably won't. Maybe they won't want to go into too much detail because I understand these people do, you know, try find work and will want to try. Probably want to try work for the BBC again. So I'll have to be careful with. I don't want to put him in a position either where he feels, you know. I'll just have to be careful with me line of questioning because I wouldn't want them to obviously put his own foot in it by answering a question that he knows he really shouldn't answer. Because sometimes you know, there's a part of you that'll be like, ah, well, feck it. You know, if that was me, I'd be like, feck it. Uh, you know, but I can understand it because, you know, at the end of the day, this is his livelihood. So I have to tread carefully when asking. We'll see. I'll obviously find out before the stream if he's willing and open to answer any questions on Series 11 or 12. And I will let you know in the live comments, obviously, before we go live. Because I do have to remember that this guy is an actor and this guy does have a career in it. So I will ask him, definitely ask him about his time with working with Peter Capaldi, because you know me and a lot of us here, we all love Peter Capaldi. He, as we call him, the last great doctor. So I just wanna hear from his point of view what it was like to work with Peter Capaldi. And already I can actually feel there's a smile on my face because this I seriously, guys, if this is happening, I'm gonna be over the moon. And Matthew, if you're listening right now, I've heard you've subbed to me channel. If you're listening right now, thank you for this opportunity. Actually, for you, thanks for the opportunity. To know that you'd like to come on to my channel is an honor. To be honest with you, I'm a bit taken aback, if I'm honest. But I mean, I'm just reading the messages that you sent to Galaxy Man. But brilliant. I just can't wait. So when we set it up, I just can't wait. It's for me. I'm excited. I know Daniel is. This will be big for the channel. Actually, I have to say. I can't believe this. You know, it's only recent as well. If you think about it, Peter Capaldi's era. So, it's pretty fresh. So, yeah. This is gonna be amazing. Right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop acting like a proper geek now and stop blushing like a geek now and get down to the. I see Unknown 289 is here. So for anybody that has missed, I'll do a quick recap. So Matthew Dale the guy that starred in The Robots of Sherwood with Peter Capaldi, has said he is willing to come on this channel. I'm assuming for an interview, or just to come on and share his opinions. But of course, obviously, while I get him on, I'm going to take the opportunity to ask him about Peter and stuff and working with the rest of them. But yeah, so apparently that's what's happening. I'll definitely ask him about his other work. I'm going to actually check out his bio now anyway, because I just can't believe this has happened. And if Galaxy Man Show, if you're actually behind this, or he approached you, I don't know which way it was done, but which way it was done, I'd like to thank whoever it was. The J-bots have their fake accounts back again. I don't really care. Sure, they've already lost the battle. And even if this is some sort of piss take, it doesn't matter anyway. If it is a J-bot taking the piss, doesn't matter. If they want to come on and actually get their grievances on air, they can. At the end of the day, they get small victories, but we'll win the whole lot. And we are winning. The audience ratings are going down the tube, and they're still defending it. Have you noticed though the ratings are going down slowly and slowly and slowly? Wait till you see, by the time the show's finished, that's how many J-bots will be that actually support this show will be left. And it's going to drop again on Monday, because last week's episode and the backlash was atrocious. So there'll be a bigger drop off. It all depends how bad this episode is this week for the week after. But trend doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Do you know what? I'm kind of annoyed that Spyfall Part 1 was actually half decent. Because if they had started with Spyfall Part 2, we'd be looking at lower ratings. Or Orphan 55, we'd be looking at lower ratings. The fact that Spyfall Part 1 managed to be half decent is what has kind of, I'm not going to say save, because I think this has gone way beyond this era. It's gone way beyond saving now. But I think if the overnights and the consolidated had to be in lower for Spyfall Part 1, or we hadn't started with Spyfall Part 1, as I said, even on Orphan 55, we'd be down near the 2 million mark now, I reckon. So right, so we've just got a message off someone in the live chat now, and he says, "Hey there, I used to be friends with Galaxy Man Show. He's a known troll and a serial liar. Don't trust him. His name is Jacob. If you don't believe him, please don't trust him." Well, James, here's the thing. Fair enough, but you can't just make allegations about anybody without any proof. Can you actually prove to me that he's done this to other people before? Because it's unfair for you to come on and actually say that unless you have any proof. See, this is another thing that's wrong. And thanks, if it is true, I know what you're saying. You're just giving me a warning, but I mean, I'm asking you if you have any proof of this, because, as you know yourself, Matrix Lord and myself have actually been the victim the last couple of weeks of false allegations, including, Ballstrek, without any evidence. So, I mean, I'm a man for, if you're going to accuse someone of someone, you have to have evidence. So if you have something that you can send me yourself on Twitter, it's screenshot and private message, then go ahead. That's all I can really say about that, to be quite honest with you. But it doesn't matter, as I said, even if it was a joke, and if he came on and he was a troll, he would have had an opportunity to have his say anyway. You know, I'm not going to stop anybody from having a say on the channel, to be honest with you. If it is a troll, then as I said earlier on, it's you know, it's no problem. Just as I said, if you have that evidence, just show me. I had to stop after part 2. It broke me and made me sad ever since. Have been blocked. You've been blocked from what, Daniel? Sorry. Right, there's only one thing to do. Right, I'll find out now. I'll just do this myself. Because if the guy is real. Right. I don't know. This is looking a bit dodgy, boys. There, Matthew Dale, actor. Right. So now what I'm going to do? I'm going to bite the bullet and text this man myself. Well, we'll find out now, we will, because I'm texting him directly. That's how I do it. He's on Facebook, so he says he typically replies within a few hours, but according to the text messages that are the tweets that I received, your man was just lying in bed. So if that's the case, then he's actually on Messenger right now, so he should actually reply back to me. So we'll see. If it is a sick joke, doesn't matter. You know, it's, you know, it happens. It happens. You know, what can you do? What can you do? We'll see anyway. He's there. He has a whole, there's loads of people following him and all. It seems to be legit. He said he worked on Doctor Who. He has Doctor Who as his cover. So sent him a message directly. Which ironically hasn't actually shown up on me Messenger. It usually shows you when you send someone a message. Well, we'll know in the next couple of days anyway, won't we? We'll see. We'll see. But as I said, I don't like anybody throwing out stuff there without giving any evidence. So as I said, if you have evidence, as I said, I'm not dismissing you. If you can prove it, then let me know. All well and good. I have texted your man directly as well. It's his proper page. So we'll see if he gets back to me. And if he says no, then I will make him aware that there's someone out there, and um I will share the tweets that have been sent, and I'll say, well, look, there's someone pretending to be you. Maybe you should let the police be aware of this. Because as you know, he's yourselves, I hate trolls. I'm hoping it's not true. But I do get why people would warn me, because so thanks, James. I'm not having a go or anything. I can understand why you come in and let me know. And as I said, if you do have some sort of evidence, and you said he did the same with Matrix Lord, so that's fair enough. If you've got any evidence of that, then as I said, send it to me privately on Twitter. And I've taken action myself by actually texting the real Matthew Dale. So we'll see. So either way, he's going to say either yes or no. If he says no, then I will make him, as I said, I'll make him aware of what's going on. And if it is a sick joke, then, good one. You got a nice little laugh there. But at the end of it all, we're going to have the bigger laugh. Isn't that right? Right. So Daniel has a stream tomorrow. So this was the reason why I streamed tonight. So Daniel is in the live chat now. I think Daniel is going live with Mega Geek. And I know Daniel has been preparing all week, or since he's found out he's been doing this interview anyway. He's been preparing because I've seen some of his tweets up on Twitter. So he's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So go and check out that interview. Daniel, just to let everybody know again what time your stream is going to be at, just refresh people's memories there and put it in the live chat. 9 p.m. There you go. So 9 p.m. with Mega Geek, and he will have a guest that starred, if I'm correct, in Rebecca Gold. So please check out that stream tomorrow. I'll be back with the Rabbi on Saturday to review Picard. Probably myself and Jason Scott for that one. And then on Sunday, obviously, we will have the live panel for the next episode, which already the haunting of it's got one of those weird names, so I'll have to actually teach myself how to say that before I go live on Sunday. So we'll have that, and then we'll have the fallout then, obviously, then to the ratings and all on Monday. Then we'll have a couple of streams Monday, and then also a live panel Monday evening. So we have plenty of going on the next couple of days, and Chris has actually put up Daniel's stream there with Mega Geek live tomorrow at 9 p.m. So remember to go and watch him live. If you can't watch him live, remember to go and pop in and show your support and watch it later on. Let's get those views up on that interview. This is nobody nicer deserves this. So I'm delighted for Daniel and that he got this interview, because if anybody deserves this little break, it's definitely Daniel. So again, I wish you the best of luck tomorrow, mate. Now, I'm not going to sit here and promise that I'm going to watch it live, because as you know yourself, it is Valentine's Day and Cheryl does want to do something. I am hoping that we're home in time. If not, I will definitely watch when I come home that night, and I will throw me comments up there and show me support. Keith, Isles, who plays Hamilton in Rebecca Gold. So that's who he has as a guest. So please subscribe to Daniel's channel. Subscribe to Ian's channel as well if you want to see more merchandise stuff. He does have his own videos up there as well, so check them out. What else? Don't forget Rabbi's channel. As I said, Blue Bonnets. Jason Scott's channel as well. Balls Trek, obviously. Gary from Neurotics. Doomcock. All the usual guys as well. You know, we all need your support, and and we all appreciate it as well. So yeah, I think that's it now for the night, isn't it? I think we've covered everything. Listen, I will find out if that's true or not. But the fact that I'm not gonna judge you, but I am a little bit worried now that it might have been a bit of a sick joke. Which is sad really, but this just goes to show you, I hope not, because I don't know the Galaxy Man show. I've never really interacted with him, I don't think. He's been on here. He's followed me. He's actually wrote up a few comments and seems to be a quite nice guy. But that now I'm getting told he's a troll, and I got shown messages that this guy Matthew Dale was apparently awake, and I'm at the sending him a message on it now, and I'm not after getting a reply, and he was only awake. So maybe I don't know. Hold on, guys. Right. So yeah, I will be as I said, busy weekend ahead. So I'll be on Rabbi's stream to review Picard, which I have to actually watch. What I normally try to do with Picard is actually watch it an hour before I hop on that stream, so it's fresh in the memory. So I'll be on Rabbi's channel for that. So if you haven't subscribed to the Rabbi's channel, please do, and every other channel that I've mentioned. And listen, guys, you have all been great. I want to thank everybody over the past few weeks, especially when it came to the super chats. You are so generous. And I mean, look, it blows me away every time anyway. That I get a super chat off you guys. But Mr. Fish, Jesus, I still can't get over those two super chats. I know you showed up earlier in the chat. I just wanted to say another thank you to you and everybody else that has. Chris, and all the other moderators, but especially Christy, because Chris is here. Chris is here every day. Anytime I have a stream, even if he's late, he's here. Chris, thank you. As I said, me and Cheryl will have to do something nice for you, because you've been here. To all the other moderators as well, thank you for when you do pop in and do use our bit as well. I really appreciate it. Charlotte and Marie, also guys behind the scenes that also do a bit of a research for the channel. unofficially. I should make his official, to be honest with you. But they do it unofficially. They do it off the skin of their own backs, and I really appreciate that as well. And thank you, Daniel. Thanks for setting up your channel. No, Daniel, I'm just glad you set up your channel after all the advice. I know I pushed you, but I see something in you, Daniel. This fandom sees something in you. Trust me, your channel will take off. We will make sure of that. Um, you you show your generation in a nice light. Um, you're always nice. You've supported me from day one. I don't you know what? You're just a friend of this channel. Me and Cheryl adore you, and including Ted. Don't we, Ted? Yeah, we do. And we'll be there for you, and I'll be there tomorrow, whether it's live or not, buddy. But I will be there, and I will watch your stream and support you, as you do with me, my friend. So thank you very much. And to everybody else that's new to the channel, thank you for coming on board. Um, it's quite humbling, um, when I come on each day and I've seen that new people have joined the channel. It really means what I'm doing here actually means something to people. And as long as it means something to people, I will continue to do it. But I'm just look at. I said from day one, if I even got through to one person, I'd be happy. I said even if I had one person following me, I'd be happy. The fact that I have so many now, and it's thanks to a few others that have helped me along the way. You know who those guys are. Um, Ballstreck, Gary from Neurotics, all those other channels that have given me a shout out. To Daniels, Bad Wolf has given me channel a shout out as well. To the Bad Wolf making me intros, Unknown 289 making me intros. Some of the artwork, Red Eye Vok with the artwork for the channel, the latest Tardis art for the channel. Just so many guys that have helped, and there's so many of you that I have to thank. And I just want to take tonight an opportunity to just thank you all, every single person that has supported this channel from day one, and those that have stuck with me through thick and thin. It really means a lot to me. And listen, even after Series 12 ends, we will have plenty to do on this channel. So don't worry, guys. We're here for the long haul. I hope you will join me. Listen, Bad Wolf, I know you're busy. I know you're busy because you've been showing me what you've been doing. You're busy working away on your own little projects. That's fine, fair enough. Thank you for the intros, the new intros, by the way, and Pasta Salad as well. And everybody else that has contributed artwork to the channel as well. Thank you, every single one of you. So I just went on a big thank you parade for the last 5 minutes, but I really mean it. I'm really humbled by all the support, all the super chats, everybody with the nice comments when I went through the trolling business, when I was accused of all sorts. I just want to thank you all, because you have stuck by me, and you've gotten to know me, I've gotten to know yous, and I know this side of the fandom should be proud of themselves. And you should be proud of yourselves, because throughout all of this, and they've poked and poked and poked, but you have handled it. You have handled it better than they have. And okay, there's a few times where a few of us have kind of went, a bit mad, like myself, but that's because you get pushed too much. You have to react. But other than all of that, we've handled this situation a lot better than they have. And there's one thing we will always have backing us that they won't have. His years of experience of being in the fandom and knowing what's right and what's wrong. These guys just don't know what's right and what's wrong. But they won't stick around. They won't stick around. They never do. They'll move on to something else. And then Doctor Who will be left in the ruins that it's left in. But it'll be up to us as the true fan to pick it up off the ground and to try get it going again. And listen, everybody, again, I say it again, but last time, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Join me on Rabbi's channel if you are a fan of Star Trek Picard. Actually, before I do go, I wanted to ask you guys in the live chat, and also if you could, if you're watching this stream now, basically on a rerun, do us a favor in the comment section. Let me know if you would like me to review Star Trek Picard on this channel. Also, if there's any other sci-fi shows that you would recommend me to review, let me know in the live chat. I'll tell you what, I'll stay on for 5 more minutes. I'll take some of your comments in the live chat on what sci-fi shows you would like me to do. And then when the stream goes up later, do us a favor, put a few user comments in the comment section when the whole stream goes up. After a while, then you're able to leave a comment and let us know. Because, you know, after Doctor Who, obviously, we will have to do other stuff. We will still be covering the Doctor Who news because there will be still Doctor Who news out there. The Expanse is on my list, Chris. Actually, maybe that should be the next thing I should actually get going on watching. Stargate SG-1, I've watched. I say I've watched all of that by now. When they used to repeat at lunchtime on Sky One, I think they put on about 5 or 6 bleeding episodes in a row. Red Dwarf and Captain Scarlet, loved all 3. Bad Wolf. Review the Orville when it's back. That's a good idea. I might do a quick over review of parts series 1 and 2 and then continue on then with 3. Daniel wants me to do the Sarah Jane Adventures. Yeah, I should actually do that as well. I've been told loads of times I should actually do that. The Witcher. Yeah, I'm deaf. That's on our list. Cheryl wants to actually watch that, so we'll do that. Review Classic Who. Now that's something I am going to try do with Cheryl, because Cheryl is still discovering some of these stories. So I put a suggestion to her. I said, why don't we come on? I'll host, but I'll ask you the questions about the episode that you just watched, and we can review it. You can basically do a review, because I think people would be interested to hear her side, you know, opposed to mine all the time. It'd be nice to hear what Cheryl has to say about a classic episode. Lock and Key isn't bad. And yeah, a lot of people are saying, yeah, do the Orville. We'll definitely do the Orville because I love the Orville myself. But if there is any more suggestions, and if you want to put those suggestions that you've already put with other suggestions when this stream goes up in the comment section, leave them there. And then on Sunday stream, after we wrap up the panel, when everybody's about to leave, I will stay on for a few minutes. I'll read out your suggestions and I will let you know what I'm going to start off with. Stranger Things. I was watching Stranger Things. I actually do like that show. Is it a show that I want to review? Probably. I don't know. It's one of those now. It's been on a while. Where I know the Orville's been on a while, but the Orville is still. I mean, everybody wasn't happy with the latest series of Stranger Things. Thunderbirds, Father Ted. I can do. That's what I mean. It doesn't have to be just sci-fi. I mean, if people want me to do a review of Father Bloody Ted, I'll do a review of Father Ted. I mean, I'm Irish, so I get the humor. I mean, if you know, I mean, I do watch reaction videos of Americans watching it and they're stumped because they don't get some of the jokes. So, I mean, if there's people out there that want me to do it and then let people know what they mean by some of these jokes. But yeah, I don't think that'd fly, you know. One of the writers, obviously, is on Twitter. He has views that the other side don't like, and he's being vilified, and he's basically lost his career, a bit like Garrett Roberts. But yeah, some of these episodes are very out there. The IT Crowd's another one written by him as well. Absolutely fantastic. Thunderbirds, no problem. Thunderbirds. I love the Thunderbirds. Captain Scarlet and what was the other one? There was another one. Captain Scarlet, Thunderbirds, and there was Stingray. Stingray. Yeah. So as I said, there's still plenty to come on this channel. We'll do obviously, hopefully in the summer as well. Hollywood like to do the odd blockbuster sci-fi movie. If it's not, if it seems to be decent enough and there's no wokeness in it, I might review some movies as well. Or if there's any old sci-fi movies that you would like me to review, because remember, when it comes to sci-fi movies, it's my favorite genre. So if there's a sci-fi movie that you would like me to review, for example, the Back to the Future trilogy, or if you want to go more adult, we could do Alien or Predator, the originals. Or we could do horror like, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Omen, stuff like that. I like stuff like that. Like, we will have to expand. I'm not changing the channel's name, though. Because some people were saying to me, but if you're going to be doing other stuff as well as Doctor Who, should you not change the channel's name? Well, no, I like the Tardis Zone. I think it's unique. Okay, it is related to Doctor Who, but most of my stuff is going to be primarily still Doctor Who. It's just while the series is off air, I was thinking, while I'm getting the Doctor Who news, I could be doing other stuff as well. Because, that's what my YouTube channel is for. But I'm not going to change the name just because I do other stuff. It's still primarily Doctor Who. I will always do Doctor Who on this channel no matter what. I'll probably be 90. If I get that far, you'll probably see a 90-year-old Irish man still complaining about how woke Doctor Who is. Oh, God. Jesus. The Time Machine, the original or the Samantha Mumba Guy Pearce one? I could do both. I like the original. I love the original, but I have a soft spot for the Guy Pearce one. I know it's not the greatest, but I just have a soft spot for that Time Machine. I think it's brilliant. And I do like Guy Pearce in the movie. It's just a pity the story wasn't that great. But you did have what's his name in it as well, who's brilliant. What's his name? He did Danny the Champion of the World. Oh, the actor, what's his name? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What's his name? Does anybody know? There's Guy Pearce, and what's the other English fella's name? I forget. Do you ever get that when you know the fella's name is in me? Oh, the fella's face is in me head. He also was in. He also played the baddie in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Simon Says his brother, the fella that's thrown off the building's brother. What's that actor's name? Hold on, I'll just Google it. This is gonna wreck me head because it's on the tip of my tongue. Look, I can't even speak properly. Die Hard with a Vengeance. It was the one with Samuel L. Jackson. Anyway, yeah. What was the cast? Wait, you see, I'm gonna know his name straight away. Jeremy Irons. Yeah. Jeremy Irons is in the Time Machine. He plays he's basically the leader of the what you call them again? The what are they called again? The Morlocks. The Morlocks. So yeah, I liked it. I did like the concept, I have to say. I thought the look at Samantha Mumba is in it. She's Irish. She had a little brother in it. It was a big deal in Ireland because we had two Irish. One was a pop star, and our brother were in the movie. So we were interested to see it because from an Irish point of view, it was nice to see that someone Irish was cast in a big production of The Time Machine. Now, Samantha Mumba and her brother didn't do a bad job. The problem is that it was their first major acting role, and you could tell in some of the scenes. But I did like the movie. It wasn't a bad movie. It was just it's no original. The original is always going to be the better one. But I didn't mind the Guy Pearce one. So anybody that slags it off, I kind of do try to defend it a bit because it has some concepts in it. I've watched the Leprechaun movies. Now, I haven't watched the whole film series. Um, I do like the very first Leprechaun movie. But it kind of got. See, here's the thing. The first one worked, but you get an Englishman playing an Irish legend, right? And you put on the accent that you put. I'm sorry, you just like the first one's good. I can get over the first one, but the rest of them after that. But if you want me to do them, I'll do them. As I said, leave your comments in. It'll give me plenty to do over the summer for you to keep you entertained. And it was the Morlocks, yeah. I finally got it out there. But yeah, the Leprechaun film series. Oh, Jesus, I've watched some ropey movies in me time. Plastic paddies. Yeah, that's what we call them. Yeah, I don't like plastic paddies. Yeah, you're Irish, so be Irish. That's why we don't like Bob Geldof over here. I mean, do you remember when Britain decided to leave the EU and he's out on a boat with an English flag in his hand, shouting anti-Brexit slogans? He's an Irishman. He's an Irishman. He ought to be ashamed of himself, making a show of us. I don't see you coming over here fighting the Irish government over here. No. And by the way, all that Band-Aid money, mate, if all that money went to the Africans, how come they're still poor? How come there's still poverty? Right? I know politicians dip their pockets and all, but how come we've never seen where all this money goes to? You know, it's made billions now. Do you not think Africa should be out of its poverty by now? No. Nobody ever questions that, by the way. You know, when was Band-Aid? 1985 or something. When was that big concert as well, right? Then you had the song. Then they did the song again. There's a Band-Aid Foundation or something where millions goes into it. Where's all this billions? Why isn't Africa? Why isn't the houses built, schools built, water systems built with all these billions that they got? Do you ever see the size of these activist houses? That's all I'll say. I'm not saying any more than that. There you go. So Bob, only 1% made it over there. But Chris, here's the thing, right? 1% made it over there. And I will give Bob Geldof credit for trying to do something and to put the spotlight on it. He will get credit for that, but he is a twat, let's be honest. Where's the 99% gone? You mean to tell me that 99% of that money has gone to all the corrupt and nobody has said anything? And Bob Geldof's just going to keep his mouth closed? Unless he's part of that 99%. Just saying. You know, if that's the case, why hasn't he come out and said something? That's disgraceful. 1% of that money has only made it over to Africa. Nobody questions it. See, this is the thing. We don't question that anymore. Have you noticed that? The human race used to be very smart. Oh, come here. We hate Bono. We hate Bono here as well, Chris. Don't worry. Bono and Bob Geldof are held in the same regard in Ireland. They're both twats and assholes. Right? He's done fuck all over here either. He came over, did a concert a few years back for the homeless, yeah, but made sure all the cameras were there to capture it. Right? He's a multi-millionaire. Right? If you're so fucking concerned about the homeless, then why don't you build your own set of homeless shelters for the homeless? You know, if you're so concerned, like, you know, there's 150,000 families out there homeless in Ireland right now. A lot of them are kids. Why don't you use your wealth instead of building your big studio in the Dublin docks, your big recording studio that you're building? I mean, how old are you now? You're only going to enjoy it for what? How many years? And then you'll be probably 6 feet under. Why don't you actually do something useful with your money and actually build homeless shelters? Or even better still, why don't you build some houses that the government have failed to build, or put pressure on the government? Do fucking something useful, right? Yeah, but you'll go over and you'll get rid of world debt, right? You'll get rid of Africa's world debt. You'll do everything for everybody else, but when it comes to your own country, you ignore it. Bono and Bob Geldof, two of the biggest knobs. We can't stand them. And anytime they open their mouth about this country, we cringe. Trust me, we cringe. Love Bono U2's old music, right? Love their music. Not going to say anything about their music, right? Their music is, I don't like their 90s stuff. Some of it was all right. Don't like their newer stuff, but I definitely like their 80s stuff, right? Bob Geldof is the same. I don't mind the Boomtown Rats. They had some great songs, but they're both knobheads, right? Where's the money gone? Nobody questions it. But no, Bono is such an environmentalist who cares about his carbon footprint. Last year, he sent his private plane back to New York from the UK when he realised he left his favourite hat in New York. Exactly. They're all a bunch. Look at Chris. You know as well as I do, right? And everybody in this live chat, because we're all smart people. We know that the likes of all them are all a bunch of hypocrites. Now, the one thing that I have praised Greta on is the fact that she does go around on a boat, a sailing boat. If it's true, if it's propaganda, she only sails a halfway out and then she gets into a proper speedboat or a proper bleeding boat, I don't know. But she gets the impression that, you know, she practices what she preaches to a certain extent, right? She still has a mobile phone, a computer and all that, so it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter if you're on a sailing boat. There's still a carbon footprint there, Greta. No matter what you say, every human being, you cannot get your carbon footprint to zero. It's impossible, right? What you can do is you can change people's behaviors to try recycle more and to care more about the environment, but not the way you're going about doing it. But I will give her the credit where credit is due. She kind of practices, as I said, more than these people do, what they preach. So, I mean, I don't listen to these idiots, these celebrities, when they talk about we need to do more. Well, who was it? That actress, she came over to do something, and she flew over in a plane, and then the question was put to her, and then someone said, "Did you fly business class or economy class?" Or something like that, or first class. God, no, first class. Like, it was real arrogant. Like, they don't practice what they preach. So look at bleeding the biggest moron of them all, right? That started all this. Vice President Gobshite, Al Gore. So look at his gaff. Look at the planes he flies around in. They're all hypocrites. They've all made their money off this. People need to wise up. I'm not saying we don't need that we shouldn't make changes to try help the earth be a better place and environmentally friendly, right? But this climate change thing is all just as scary as all. They're idiots. None of these celebrities even know what they're talking about. And yeah, it was Emmett Watson, Daniel. And you know what? The thing about it is, I actually love Emmett Watson as an actress, and I still do. She is a great actress, but these last few years, she's gone totally radical. I don't know what goes on with them. They've been taking too many of those pills in Hollywood, if you ask me. Right, listen, I could go on all night. I've actually went over than I normally do. As I said, I did went on to thank everybody, then we went on to something else. That's what we do on this channel. That's what I said, raw and unedited, and I'll always be like that. But listen, thank you for all joining me tonight. As I said, I'm on Rabbi's channel on Saturday. Don't forget to join Daniel on his channel on Friday for his big interview, and I will let you know if that was a hoax or whether it was true. Hopefully it wasn't a hoax, but if it was, I will say well played. But But you know, I got over it. No big deal. It happens. But if it wasn't, well, then I look forward to the interview. But either way, it's good night from me, good night from Ted, good night from Cheryl, and listen, zoners, keep up the good work, keep doing what you are doing, keep sending your complaints in. As I said, to the BBC, as you have been told by myself and other various channels, and also for all you guys that follow me on Facebook, also follow those set of instructions that I've given you on Facebook as well. It seems to be working, guys, so keep up the good work. Proud of you all. I'm actually proud of this fandom tonight, you know, and I've been proud of this fandom the last week. When I heard that the fans of this show finally started to complain and BBC came out with that pathetic excuse, I was proud of you all. He's exposed the BBC as the vile pieces of crap that they are, and you should be all proud of yourselves. And yeah, to all my moderators, Chris, Daniel, Bad Wolf, Unknown, and everybody else, as Chris has said, good night. See you all soon. Enjoy your weekend. I leave you with this. Bad Wolf 66. Thank you for this.
You have all been watching the official Tardis Zone. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Do not forget to comment, like, share and subscribe for more Doctor Who content.